What if my flight gets canceled or the room is terrible? Ugh, what am I doing? Travel always has specials on dream trips. They do corporate travel, honeymoons, everything. I'm booking with Travel just to be safe. This week's Travel hot deal of the week is a 7-day cruise to Canada and New England. Fly to New York October 14th through the 21st and jump on the Emerald Princess to enjoy the fall colors in Canada and New England. Call Travel at 492-5000 or online at travelgroup.com.
This week at Macy's, take an extra 20% off everything you need for holiday hosting with your coupon or Macy's card. That's on top of already great deals, like 60% off kids' dresses and dressy looks, 30 to 70% off gorgeous fine jewelry, and 40 to 50% off dining and entertaining essentials. Plus, Macy's Star Rewards members can earn rewards even faster during Star Money Bonus Days, going on now at Macy's. Savings off sale and clearance prices, exclusions apply.
It's April, and you know what that means? Taxes are almost due. Jackson Hewitt can help you win tax season. That's the sound of your maximum tax refund. The sound of getting 50% off tax prep. The sound of many of our competitors' prices going up. And the sound of getting to your nearest Jackson Hewitt. Hurry in for 50% off tax prep before this offer expires April 9th. Limited time offer for new clients filing at participating locations. Max value $200. Visit jacksonhewitt.com/50 for terms.
So I can buy this Chevy truck for $4,000 less than invoice?
Yes, you can at Gateway Chevrolet in Fargo. Up to $2,000 customer cash or 0% financing for 48 months. Or up to $2,000 loyalty cash on select new Chevy trucks. Shop the savings on all new Chevrolets today at Gateway Chevrolet. Save thousands with 0% for 48 months or 0.9% for 60 months on select Silverados at Gateway Chevrolet in Fargo. Find new roads. Details gatewayfargo.com.
K2WB, West Fargo, Fargo-Moorhead, and KPFX, HD3 Kindred, Bison 1660. Powered by Gateway Chevrolet, Cadillac, Nissan, and Hyundai in Fargo.
And here's what you need to know.
Major League Baseball news as the Chicago White Sox have placed outfielder Eloy Jimenez on the 10-day injured list with a strained hamstring. He's expected to miss 2 to 3 weeks. Infielder Jake Berger has been recalled from AAA to fill Jimenez's spot on the Major League roster. As for Major League action on a Tuesday evening, the Rays improved to a franchise best start of 5-0 after they beat the Washington Nationals 10-6. The Marlins hand the Twins their first loss of the season 1-0 as Sandy Alcantara tossed a 3-hit complete game shutout, and the Brewers beat the Mets for a second straight night 9-0 as Milwaukee hit back-to-back home runs off of Max Scherzer. In the NBA, Joel Embiid seems to be sealing up the MVP race after he dropped 52 points and grabbed 13 boards for the 76ers in their 103-101 win over the Celtics. The Bucks improved to an NBA best 57-22 with a 140-128 win over the Wizards. I'm Kevin Wyatt.
This is The Insiders, taking you inside the lines and behind the scenes of NDSU and around the region.
I hang heavy on your thoughts because you are the Bison gods.
That should be a penalty.
The Insiders.
Do you have any other questions?
You know it.
The Insiders are presented by Proseed. Need seed? Think Proseed.
Okay, so what are you saying?
These guys do an unbelievable job, and, tune into The Insiders.
I did have one. I do not apologize for taking it out of the six-pack.
First thing you should know about us is that we have people everywhere.
The Insider. The Insider. The Insider.
The prices were that shocking. I wasn't listening. I'm an old soul.
Now, here are the Insiders.
Well, we're waiting.
And the wait is almost over. We've got the practice rounds on. We're this big of addicts that we're watching the practice rounds. We're those people today on the Insiders. Happy to be along with you. Andy Rickoff, Micah Bindi, Kyle Emanuel. Live on the Horse Cam. We're going to have Chris Hansen, John Austin in here as well. We'll have every mic covered. We'll be making some Masters picks in about an hour. Today's the day,
I'm
Kyle.
so excited. I'm so fired up.
We're more excited for this than the NCAA tournament, I feel like.
Without a doubt.
Yeah. Well, I think we've pumped this up a little bit more.
We
love the tournament.
We love the tournament. I said this on the air. I love the first weekend. I love the Sweet 16 and the Elite 8 rounds. You start to get into the Final Four. The Final Four was a little, it was, I don't know, underwhelming for me a little bit. It just, we were talking like it took so long to get to, which I know it's the same format they've always had, but it just felt like there was such a long layoff. You kind of forgot about it for a second, then it's like, the Final Four's coming up.
Well, they play Sunday, and then they don't play again until
Saturday, right?
Well, it was Saturday, yeah, would have been.
So I love March Madness, but as our listeners know, if you've been listening for a while, I'm kind of a golf nerd, and I'm proud of it. And this is the.
It is nice that it only lasts 4 days.
In my opinion, it's 4 days and then it's over. In my opinion, this is the greatest tournament to watch. Now, you can argue what's the best major. That's fine. I think this might be the easiest major to win. I think there's an argument to be made there because the field is so small and because you could probably knock out 15 of them right off the bat because they're amateurs or they're past champions who are well past their prime. But it's Augusta. It's at the same course every single year. There's just a vibe to it. There's just a feeling around Augusta National that's a little bit different.
I forget what year it was, but it was Tom Watson who was like in contention on Sunday.
It happens.
Speaking of guys who are way past their prime, they've won on this course. I mean, obviously it suits their game. They play it well. They know it well, at least at that point. So
Phil Mickelson, maybe.
Yeah.
Is he on your list?
Tiger Woods.
You keep trying to talk me into Tiger. You're not going to do it.
Tiger Woods.
I would love to
keep mentioning his name.
I would love to be wrong about Tiger. I don't see him being.
I do think he can make the cut.
I do too.
I do. 100%.
I think he can make the cut.
Yep.
And then I think it'll be similar to last year. It gets cold. I think it's going to be colder on the weekend, if I'm not mistaken. Last year was the same thing. It got cold. He even mentioned that in his press conference. Body didn't hold up, couldn't play as well over the weekend, and he shot, I think, back-to-back 78s. So if he makes a cut, wouldn't be shocked. If he's in contention, I would be shocked, but I would be happy. I am more than okay with being wrong with this, but I don't see it happening.
I would not be shocked if he's in contention because he's Tiger Woods. He can do anything. I wouldn't be shocked. I'd be surprised, but it wouldn't. It's never shocking to me when Tiger Woods, completely finds his game and plays it as well as he can.
If he wins this Masters, it's more impressive than 2019.
Agreed. Every year he's older, yeah.
People kind of forget he was in good form. He had won the Tour Championship. He had won, I believe, the Zozo, or maybe that was right after. He was winning tournaments, and if he wasn't winning, he was contending. He was playing well. He was playing good golf. He just wasn't winning a major. And then, it kind of peaked right there at the major, and now he's not in good form. He's barely playing.
Car accident, everything else.
It's the same. You can make the same argument that we're making with the LIV guys, and they're playing more than Tiger. They're not playing as much golf. It's not the same type of format. He's just not playing enough.
By the way, today it's 88 and sunny there for the practice rounds, and the course looks immaculate. Tomorrow, 86, partly cloudy. No precipitation, it doesn't look like.
So he might get off to a hot start.
Yeah, pretty good. Friday, 76, but 65% chance of rain throughout the day. Saturday, 52, so they're going to be putting on their parkas down in Georgia, and 100% chance of rain. Saturday might be tough to even get the whole thing in. And Sunday, 75% chance of rain and 60 degrees. So cold, wet, and rainy all weekend long. I wouldn't be shocked if we're talking about the Masters finishing on Monday.
I wouldn't either. I think there's a very good chance it's finishing on Monday.
With those conditions.
Yeah, I don't know exactly the when they decide to pull the plug based on rain. They're not going to stop it because of the temperature.
No.
50s is you can still play, but because of rain, as long as there's not lightning, I don't know when they're going to pull the plug,
but course conditions just gets too wet. Too much rain.
We could very well still be talking about this on Monday.
And then at that point, it isn't 4 days; it'll be 5 days.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll lied to you.
Our apologies.
Yeah, we apologize. Plenty of Masters coverage today. Obviously, we will have our picks coming up at noon today. The three of us, myself, Micah, Kyle, and joined by Chris and John of Chris, John, and Corey in the mornings on Bob 95. They'll pop on in here as well. We'll do our picks. For those that don't know, you take 5 golfers, 4 in a wild card. Basically, we're taking 5, and it's your top 4 finishers out of that group of 5. You can't pick someone that somebody else has picked. So it's a round-robin snake draft, basically, snake draft style on this one. And then whoever has the best overall score of your top 4 golfers will win the pot.
Yeah, I had to make fun of our good friend Jeff Colhane, because he came up with this. You told me that it's 4 and a wild card. And I was like, well, why is it a wild card? Well, if one of your guys doesn't make it, you plug him in. So you're picking 5. The wild card has nothing to do with it.
He always called it a wild card, but it was like it's basically you're picking 5 and you're taking your top.
Taking the top 4.
Yeah. So that's kind of the play.
Which is how you actually do it in high school golf.
Perfect.
Bring 6 guys. Well, you bring 6 guys and you take your top 4 scores.
Perfect. There you go.
There are no wild cards.
We're not going to pick 6.
You just have 6.
Just going to go 5.
I know.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying. I think Micah's list is like 90 long, and there's only like 88 people playing.
I have a long list of people.
He's maybe got a little excessive on the list making. You guys asked me where my list is. My list is this. I Google Masters favorites.
But how do you keep track of who's been picked?
Just so we have the teams on, I literally have a Google Doc of.
Oh,
so when everyone makes their picks, I'll write it down so we have the teams. Okay. So we know, I picked him, or no, I picked him. I think I listen back to the show or something on a Monday after the Masters. But we'll have the picks coming up at noon today. Also at 11:30, shift away from golf talk for a little bit of Kyle Kin, maybe second favorite subject, Bison football. Tyler Roehl, the offensive coordinator, will join us at 11:30. Spring ball obviously going on. Offensive side of the football, they've installed some power over the last week or so. I'm sure he's had a lot of fun with that. He was very active in pro day as well. I think he wanted to run the 40 himself and do the bench and everything. Ask him maybe what he would get if he did it right now, because it'd still be very impressive.
I bet he could get like 18, 19, maybe 20.
On the bench?
On 225,
yeah. Absolutely.
I wouldn't be shocked. Maybe
and
more.
He'd run the 40 faster than Micah. That's a given, but
everyone would.
Under
most
5?
People would. Yes.
You think so?
Well, I don't know. Yeah, probably.
We'll ask him. We'll get his thoughts. 11:30, we'll have the offensive coordinator, Tyler Roehl, on with us. And because our Masters Golf giveaway is still going on right now, and you can sign up today to win a free 30-day pass to Golf Addiction of unlimited golf. You can play all day, every day for 30 days if you win our Masters giveaway with Golf Addiction. Just go to our website, bison1660.com. Click on the PGA Picks giveaway graphic, and then fill out your roster, your top 8 of the leaderboard, and you can win that 30-day free pass if you have the most in the right spot. Plus, then you're registered to win a free golf bag at the end of the summer. John Miller of Golf Addiction will join us here. Actually, in about 6 minutes or so, we'll have John Miller on here in just a bit. But right now, let's go to the Epic Companies hotline quickly, because Mike in Maine's giving us a call early on in the show. Appreciate that on the Epic Companies hotline. Mike, how you doing today?
Good. How you guys doing?
Doing good.
Good. It's cool to be on the air. Great NFL quarterbacks like Aaron Rodgers makes the receivers he throws to look good. So with that said, how do you guys think former Bison receiver Christian Watson feels about Aaron Rodgers possibly leaving the Packers? Because Jordan Love may not play as well next season as Rodgers has over the years since he's young.
Appreciate the call, Mike. Thanks for your thoughts there. I mean, Christian Watson's Christian Watson. And yes, quarterbacks tend to make receivers better because they're the ones that have to deliver the ball to them. But I think we saw it when Jordan Love came in for Aaron Rodgers in a game. I remember the highlight that came out from ESPN, the big notification. Jordan Love throws 78-yard touchdown pass. Oh, I'll click on the highlight. That was a 3-yard slant, and then Christian Watson took it the rest of the way. So Christian Watson also can make the quarterback look pretty good.
Yeah, I think you could definitely make the argument it goes both ways. Now, look, Aaron Rodgers is a Hall of Fame quarterback. Did he make Christian Watson better? I would assume so, yes. Now, he's going to be able to answer that question a lot better than you or I. I think the big question is, too, how does he feel about Jordan Love? Do you have a good, rapport with him? Have you, are you throwing with him this offseason? Have you gotten the chemistry down? Does he kind of understand your route running and your timing and all the things that need to go into a quarterback and wide receiver relationship? But yes, Christian Watson is Christian Watson. I think any quarterback would be happy to throw to a guy with that size, with that speed, and I think he'll be just fine once again in Green Bay. Will you miss Aaron Rodgers? Sure, but Aaron Rodgers also wasn't there in the offseason. Okay. I don't know if Christian even caught a pass from him until training camp. So they had, and then he was injured in training camp as well, if we remember.
Mm-hmm.
So how much time did they actually have to build?
It's a big offseason for Christian to continue to grow and establish himself. I think he burst onto the scene of, like, I could be a star. Now you got to back it up with another great year to say, I am going to be a star in this league. And, the other side of it, I'll say the same thing I said last year. Man, I hope Christian Watson has an amazing year, and I hope he's up there for the Pro Bowl and All-Pro. I hope Jordan Love is not as good as Aaron Rodgers, though, man. That's just the Vikings fan in me. I can't. They've had Brett Favre and then Aaron Rodgers. You don't get a third. But that's not how this works.
They only got we had this discussion earlier. Like, They only got 2 Super Bowls out of it, though.
Well, that was their fault. You've had generational quarterback. The Vikings, no teams get that lucky.
No, you're right.
This doesn't happen.
No one goes back-to-back like that.
Is it luck or is it skill? Because they've had the same thing of quarterback sits behind for a few years, learns, comes in and plays really well, becomes a Hall of Fame quarterback. Well, they're doing the same thing right now. For one, I believe in Jordan Love. I think he's going to kick our butts for the next 10 years.
Well,
really?
Thanks for saying that. But no, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. He just cursed him. Micah Bendy just cursed Jordan Love. Perfect.
Can you give us a prediction so we can put it on the prediction board for Jordan Love? Is he going to win a Super Bowl?
Jordan Love will be an MVP in his career?
Yeah,
that's a long-standing one.
I would rather do that. The Packers win more division titles with Jordan Love starting in the same amount of time than the Vikings do. So
it's too long of a prediction. We're not putting something up that's going to be there for a decade.
Well, why not?
Because he's going to be up there for a decade. No, it's got to be something we can look
you
back
have one
on.
Up there that could be a decade.
Which one?
The Karl Anthony Towns one.
I guess that's fair.
He could be there for another 10 years, easy.
I sure hope he's not.
But he could.
He could, I guess. Fine, put it up there. Jordan Love,
Jordan Love and the Packers will get more division titles than the Vikings, and however long he spends with the Packers.
Okay, there you go. Put it on the prediction board. Do it. Go for it. We'll take a break, though. We'll come back. John Miller. We're going to talk some Masters right away. John Miller, Golf Addiction, joins us on the other side. Preview this field. Practice rounds going on now. How does the weather play a factor? Do all that when we come back here on The Insiders.
Your home for the Thundering Herd. Bison 1660.
I think what makes Proceed win is we're different than the other companies in many ways with our programming, our simplicity, our non-corporate attitudes, and our personal relationship building.
What Proceed is, we bring back the old-fashioned seed buying experience. We're true seedsmen. We care about everything from the sale to the planting to following up afterwards. That's what we're all about, is just trying to bring that experience back to a personal level.
Need seed? Think Proceed. Proceed.net. Great seed at a reasonable price.
It's the Cash for Cars event at Gateway Chevrolet. All makes, all models. Sell your ride today. Whether it has 50,000 miles or 150,000 miles, Gateway Chevrolet will buy it. Cars, trucks, and SUVs get cash today. Gateway Chevrolet needs good, clean, used cars, trucks, and SUVs. Sell your ride today, whether it has 50,000 miles or 150,000 miles. Gateway will buy it. The Cash for Cars buying event today at Gateway Chevrolet in Fargo.
Girls, it's finally time for It's a Girl Thing 2023 edition, presented by Neutral Vodka Seltzer and Advanced Med Spa. That means a night with your girlfriends, sampling over 15 delicious drinks, sampling yummy food, shopping, and more shopping, and watching amazing on-stage demos from Salon Duo and Advanced Med Spa with tips for revitalizing your look for summer. Plus, the grand finale is a full runway style show with the newest, hottest looks and styles for summer for all budgets and body types. Tickets on sale now at itsagirlthingfargo.com. Vance Thompson Vision VIP tickets are $35 and come with a bag of gifts valued at over $75. Or the Essentia Health Skin Renewal General Admission tickets only $10. So much fun in one night. You won't want to miss it. It's a Girl Thing, April 27th from 4 till 7. Thank you to our sponsors, Neutral Vodka Seltzer, Advanced Med Spa, Waxing the City, and the Holiday Inn.
In 1953, Bill Samuels created a simple bourbon, while Margie Samuels worked on her creative vision. A bottle hand-dipped in red wax, wrapped in a hand-cut label, filled with handcrafted bourbon that elevated flavor and remains unchanged as of today. Aromas of woody oak, caramel, and vanilla, with a taste that is sweet and balanced with caramel, vanilla, and fruity essences. Every barrel of Maker's Mark is aged to taste, not time. Maker's Mark, the star of your home bar. Please drink responsibly.
Here in North Dakota, we lead busy, full lives, and paying insurance premiums shouldn't be difficult or time-consuming. Nodak Insurance Company has a solution for fast, convenient premium payments for people on the go. You can pay your bill online when you go to our website or access our mobile app. It's that easy. Not a Nodak Insurance customer? We have the answer for that too. Find an agent near you or get our Nodak Insurance mobile app when you visit nodakins.com. Nodak Insurance, agents with answers.
The clock's changed, which means the change of seasons is next. Are you ready for the spring melt? Is your sump pump? Do not wait to check this off your list. Let the professionals at Valley Service Mechanical help. If you're not sure your sump pump can handle this year's thaw, make an appointment today so you can enjoy upcoming warm weather without worry. It's easy with Valley Service Mechanical. When your heating and cooling needs help and your plumbing is on the fritz, call Valley Service Mechanical 701-293-5701. Online at valleyservice.net.
When it's time to find a realtor, word of mouth is important, and Todd Cattermas with Beyond Realty is a name Bison Nation says often. Todd has helped everyone from coaches and administrators to broadcasters and former players and their families buy homes in the FM area. So many in Bison Nation trust Todd to buy and sell their homes, and you can too. Call Todd Cattermas with Beyond Realty today or visit him at 4832 Amber Valley Parkway in Fargo. Todd is a proud partner and the preferred realtor of NDSU Athletics. Todd Cattermas with Beyond Realty, moving the herd one home at a time.
Pull out the peanuts and Cracker Jacks. The Bison are on the diamond again this season, looking to take the crown as the champions of the Summit League. We have live coverage of both NDSU baseball and softball this season here on Bison 1660. Brought to you by the Bridges Apartments and Farmers Mutual of Nebraska. The schedule for our coverage of both teams can be found on our website, bison1660.com. Every home run, stolen base, and strikeout on your home for the Bison. Bison 1660. Golf season is in full swing, and this year you can win on the PGA Tour or by picking golfers on the PGA Tour. Introducing the Bison 1660 Masters Golf Giveaway. Pick your top 8 finishers at Augusta for the Masters, and you could win a free 30-day membership at Golf Addiction Indoor Virtual Golf Bar and Grill. The winner will also go into a drawing for a free golf bag at the end of the summer. Sign up on our website, bison1660.com, and hopefully your team makes the cut. Gearing up for another season of Bison football? We've got you covered each and every day on the Insiders on Bison 1660.
Welcome back into the Insiders here on Bison 1660. The snowstorm hit yesterday. It's going to hit some more today. We're staring at the 6-foot drift outside the window. It does not feel like golf season, but it is. The Masters gets teeing off tomorrow at Augusta. We've got our Masters picks later today with myself and Kyle, Chris, John. Micah will be in on them as well this year, so 5 players deep. It's going to be a great time. 25 golfers being picked here in a little bit, but we've also got our Masters golf giveaway going on right now with Golf Addiction. You can sign up on our website, bison1660.com, and register to win a free month or free 30 days of golf at Golf Addiction. You just got to predict the top 8 of the leaderboard. Whoever is the most in the correct spot will win a free 30-day pass from Golf Addiction here in Fargo and be in the running for a free golf bag as well. Right now on the Epic Companies hotline, got one of the owners of Golf Addiction, John Miller, nice enough to stop by with us. John, great to have you on, sir. Appreciate the time. Masters Week, one of your favorite weeks of the year, I'd have to assume.
Yes, good morning, gentlemen. Thank you for having me on. I appreciate it. And, yeah, it's the greatest week of the year. So, Masters Week, it's fun in general. Unfortunately, we're not outside golfing yet, so our only option is to be inside. And we have an awesome promotion going on this week at Golf Addiction with the 30-day summer passes. So the big promotion that we do during the Masters is Sunday through Sunday. This Sunday is a little bit different because it's also Easter Sunday, so we will not be open in Fargo on Easter. But if you swing in this weekend to Golf Addiction, you can buy a summer pass, and the summer pass at Golf Addiction gives you 30 days of unlimited golf when you want for as long as you want. So let's say you and I go in and we want to play golf. We can play from 10 in the morning starting in May until 10 o'clock at night until the end of September if we wanted to. Summer passes are typically $50. This week we're selling them for $25. So you can literally load up and get all 5 passes this week, and you're covered for the whole summer for golf. We can't always predict when it's going to be nice out and if the rain's going to come or not, so it's just nice having us as your secondary option so your golf plans don't have to get ruined. You can still bring your buddies and your friends in and still play golf all summer long with us.
That's a great promo you guys got going. $25 for 30 days of unlimited golf. I'm not good at math, but that tells me less than $1 a day, I think. I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's less than $1 a day of unlimited golf there at Golf Addiction. And you can win a free 30-day pass with our Masters golf giveaway. Let's talk a little bit about the Masters here before we dive back into everything you guys got going on at Golf Addiction. It appears, when looking at the weather down in Augusta, that they're also not having great weather. It might be a little bit of a wet course, a little bit of weather conditions, windy as well. How do you think that factors into who could be in contention?
Yeah, I think I kind of second-guessed myself on what I put what the winning score would be after looking at the weather, because I think tomorrow's the nicest day. Tomorrow's 84, a little breezy, but then we're like it's 74 on Friday with rain, and then it's rain 52 on Saturday, and Sunday's not even going to hit 60, and it's supposed to be raining. So it's either going to soften up the greens a little bit to make putting, or it's just going to make rough conditions, and the scores could be a little rough. So I don't know. I mean, these guys know this course. They can obviously drive these greens out if they want to, but I mean, if you're playing in rain all day, how low can you go?
So, John, that leads us to our next question. And we had your business partner, Adam Scott, on with us. He likes Adam Scott. He also likes Jordan Spieth. I have to make my picks here in a little bit. Andy does as well. So give me some insight. Who do you like as a winner, as a front runner, and then who's maybe some dark horses that are on your mind?
Yeah, I mean, Scotty's a given, right? He's coming off of the win. He's been playing really, really well this year. He's had, 3 Masters appearances, and he's been in the top 20, I think, in every single appearance. So he's rock solid. Rory, right? He's got to be one as well. Last year came in second. I mean, he was 5th. In 2020, 18, he was 5th. 2015, he was 4th. I mean, he's had a few slip-ups, but I think he's kind of in that spot where he could be a massive contender in there. Some other fun ones that I like is like Sanjay M. He's had 3 Master appearances. He was second in 2022 or 2020, I believe. Other one, he tied for 8th, so he has some pretty solid appearances just being in for 3 Masters. John Rahm's good. So, I mean, I got to have John Rahm in there as well, too. He's been in the Masters 6 times. He's been top 10, 4 times out of 6. That's pretty solid. I also love Tom Hoagie. We got to pick the
There we go.
Boy, right?
That's what we're talking about.
You know, yeah, dude. He was 1 Master appearance, right? 39, tied for 39th. But this year, he was 3rd in the Players, 14th at the Genesis, 3rd at the Tournament of the Champs. And I think he's due for an early birthday present, right? His birthday's coming up at the end of May, so he's going to be stoked to play some really, really solid golf. But, I mean, he's due for a major, isn't he? He's got to be close.
He's absolutely due to be right there in contention. I would completely agree with you. And by the way, just for our listeners' sake, when you say you really like Scotty, you're saying Scotty Scheffler, not Adam Scott, like Adam Scott, your business partner said. And that's very confusing for us, but he's a big Adam Scott guy. Are you big on Adam Scott? And I don't mean the person that you work with. I mean the golfer.
Okay, yeah, that was 2 different, very different questions.
Very different.
So, I love Adam Scott, the professional golfer's golf swing. I think it is beautiful. It's very mechanical. He's a fun golfer. We went down and watched the Masters. I can't remember what year it was, but he was fun to watch just because of the way he swings and how effortless he makes it look. It makes me feel like a robot out there. It's not pretty by any means compared to what he has. So I like Adam Scott. He's just, I can't pick him because Adam picks him. So, we can't agree on something. So,
yeah, I agreed with you.
I can't pick him.
John Miller of Golf Addiction here with us on the Epic Companies hotline. How do you feel about the LIV golfers? Your business partner there, Adam, he feels great about the LIV guys. Cameron Smith, Dustin Johnson, Phil Mickelson, a whole host of others. Any LIV guys that you think could compete here when they really haven't been playing the 4 rounds of competitive golf for a while?
Yeah, I mean, I'm in a lot of different pools, and I have some of the LIV guys in them. Not because they went to LIV or they didn't go to LIV. I don't have qualms with LIV. I think what they're trying to do is okay. I think there needs to be some modifications to the game of golf and maybe open up other people's eyes into wanting to be part of golf because it gets very strict and professional, and nowadays and age that really doesn't fly all over the place. But I also have some fears with LIV. Reading some of the contracts, and if you want to get out of LIV, you're almost in prison with, So it's getting a little hairy, but I don't think it's wrong. And those guys obviously were doing best with their family, maybe stacking their pocketbooks a little bit, but I don't know how competitive they can be, right? Coming into one of the toughest tournaments and haven't really been playing a lot of golf, competitive golf. So it makes me a little nervous. I didn't pick a lot of them. I think I had a couple of them. I think I picked Smith, and I can't remember who the other one was, but just because they play pretty well in this course too. So.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. You look at you hear Cam Smith's comments and talking about how he's been in Australia for such a long time, and maybe his game's not in a great place, and it's
a little bit of a lazy off season.
Makes me feel a little nervous. I kind of like Brooks Koepka because he won a week ago. But anyway, a guy that we have to ask you about, and we haven't yet, and I feel like he's kind of flown under the radar, not necessarily because he is who he is, but Tiger Woods. We have to talk about Tiger. I thought his press conference yesterday was interesting. Didn't necessarily come out and be like, yes, I think I can win. He kind of said he likes where his game is, but his leg hurts a little bit. What are your thoughts on Tiger? Does he have a chance this week? And what do you think we're going to see from him moving forward?
Yeah, love Tiger. He's great for the game of golf. When he's on TV, it makes us busy. Everybody wants to see him. He does make me nervous just with the undulations of this golf course and how much you have to physically be fit to get around on this golf course when you're playing as many holes, 18 holes consistently back to back. But his swing is still there. He's still hitting the ball pretty far, not as far obviously as he used to. I have him in two of my drafts this year, kind of just as, hey, let's get him in the top 10. I don't know if he has it. If he can win the Masters again, it would be absolutely incredible for the game of golf, and it would be fun to watch. I just don't know if physically he's going to have the ability to maintain the swing and the leg hurting. And just watching him after playing 9 holes and 8 holes, he's got that limp going on a little bit, but playing good golf takes a lot of pain away. So hopefully he could just continue to play a lot of good golf, and that'll eliminate the pain he's feeling in his legs, but it's got to affect him, right?
Yeah, it's almost like not even the golf is the hardest part for him. It might be walking the course and walking over the hills there at Augusta. Again, John Miller with us from Golf Addiction. Again, you can win a free 30-day pass of unlimited golf from Golf Addiction on our website, bison1660.com. Click on the PGA Picks graphic there. It will take you to a page. You fill out the top 8, and you predict the winning score of the Masters. Whoever gets the most right there will win a free 30-day pass to Golf Addiction, and also be in the running for a free golf bag at the end of the summer as well, after all the majors are concluded. Looking forward to doing this with Golf Addiction, not just for the Masters, but for all the majors this year, and to having guys like Adam Scott and John Miller on here with us. And because of all the snow outside, John, it is perfect weather to go inside to Golf Addiction. So during the Masters, tell the folks what you guys got going on there. Not just the great golf, but also food and beverage, and some great promos again going on for you this week.
Yeah, absolutely. So typically we have league at Golf Addiction, so our nights are kind of filled up, but our league is officially over. We're now into the playoffs and the championships, which is a lot of fun. So if you guys have never played in one of our leagues before, it's 2-person teams. It's stroke play. It's all handicapped. It's an absolute blast. Unfortunately, it's come to an end, but we got playoffs coming. So we have open tee times in the evenings now. We do fill pretty quickly, but we do give you the option to book on our website at golfaddiction.biz, so you can kind of see what the tee sheet looks like. Plus, every day we run a lunch special and a drink special. So you can come in, you can have something to drink. We're a full-service bar. You can grab that bite to eat. You can make some side bets with your buddies. Over 80 golf courses you can come and play. They update them weekly. We do not have Augusta, Georgia, which is Augusta. When About Golf makes these simulators, they actually go out on these golf courses and map out the golf courses, and they will not let them on the golf course to map it. So they just didn't make it. But we do have Druid Glen, which they call the Augusta of Europe. Very challenging course, mimics a lot what Augusta National looks like. So maybe that's something you guys would want to come in this week, grab something to eat, grab something to drink, and play some golf and look outside and be depressed that we may not be playing outside golf for a little bit. So someday.
Yeah, someday, maybe at some point. But you can always play inside at Golf Addiction, and they got TVs as well, so you can even go there and watch the Masters here in Fargo or down there in Sioux Falls. John, appreciate the time. Looking forward to talking with you a little later on in the week when we know a little bit about who's at the top of the leaderboard.
Love it. Thanks, fellas. Can't wait.
Can't wait here either. Par 3 contest going on right now. There you go, John Miller. Nice enough to stop by and give us some time from Golf Addiction. Again, go to our website, bison1660.com right now, and you can register to win a free unlimited 30-day pass to Golf Addiction and be in the running for that brand new golf bag as well. Appreciate the fine folks there at Golf Addiction. You'll hear them throughout the summer a little bit, jumping on board with us for these PGA Picks giveaways. Golf Addiction, a phenomenal spot. even if you're as good as Cole Jurek and you've mastered simulator golf, it's still a fun spot, Kyle.
Yeah, allegedly he's mastered simulator golf.
Allegedly.
I haven't been there to witness most of them.
Yes. But allegedly he has mastered
I'm looking forward to him shooting, in the 70s outside.
It'd be
once we
great.
get there.
Sergio Garcia up right now on the par. He's 2 under, Sergio. Look at that guy.
Bryson's 1 under. You might want to put him on your list.
Live guys.
Yeah.
Both of them live. Here we go. Live versus non-live. Let's get Rory and Patrick Reed up there and start having the back and forth.
Wait.
That would be great. Let's jump right back over. Before another break, we got to talk some football. We talked a lot of golf.
Yeah, we do.
Let's
Yes,
switch
we do.
topics a little bit. Let's get football mindset here. Go back to the Epic Companies hotline and have on the offensive coordinator of NDSU football. Of course, we all know who that is. That is Tyler Roehl. Nice to join us on the phone lines right now. Coach, great to have you on, sir. Appreciate you stopping by. You're not thinking golf right now. You're all spring ball all the time right now, correct?
Yeah, I appreciate you guys having me on, but I don't know who can really be thinking golf around here right now.
That is
I don't
a
know
very
if we'll
good
be
point.
outside on the courses for another month or so.
Oh, it might be
So
even more than that.
Maybe early. I don't know. Maybe later. We got some time here, so let's. I like the thought about talking some football.
Yes, absolutely. And spring football going on right now. You guys are a couple of weeks in. I know last week there was some power install, correct? I'm sure they're your favorite time of spring football.
Oh, yeah. You got to get the gap schemes in. And, no, it's been good. You get the pads popping, full pads on, double repping, get a few reps of the A-gap power going, and the guys are invested too. It's just not really a play. It's more of a mentality and a lifestyle. So we got that incorporated on day 3 when the full pads went on.
Yeah, I was just going to ask you. I'm assuming you installed that once the pads came on. Let those defensive ends try and spill those fullbacks a little bit once the pads get on. No, I was. That wasn't a favorite day for me. I will just let you know that right now.
Yeah, I bet not. But it was. It's fun. It's fun.
Yeah, it's part of the gig. I get it. I wanted to ask you about. We asked Coach Hedberg about this last week, and you have a new defensive coordinator in Jason Petrino. What's it been like going against? I don't want to call it a new look defense because I'm sure a lot's still the same. But what's it been like? Just attacking a defense with new defensive coordinator Coach Petrino.
Yeah, he's doing an unbelievable job in terms of attention to detail, complete ownership in that side of the ball. The guys are all in alignment with how they want to operate day in and day out. The guys are playing hard with relentless effort, trusting in the plan, truly committed to the philosophy and core principles of Coach Green and the why and how they've been successful for years and years and years. Is there going to be a wrinkle here or there? Something may look a little bit different, putting his own spin on it? Absolutely. It's been good because there's been good collaboration, communication, and, what do they need from us in terms of how can, we give them different looks, different schemes that maybe they have issues with or maybe things they need to see more of. But also in turn, they are giving us different looks that give us issues, make us communicate a little bit more, things that we need to see, especially our older guys, to continue to improve with a level of urgency that's desired through the course of spring ball. But it's been awesome. He's an unbelievable person. I don't know if you guys have had him on yet, but
we have.
Really, he's doing a great job and not really missing a beat at all. Obviously you have a ton of love and admiration for Coach Braun and what he did for NDSU, but excited for Coach Petrino to put his spin on Coach Green.
And I want to ask you another question about him since we're on the topic. He's clearly coming from Southern Illinois, so you guys matched up before, right? He's been in the Valley quite a bit. And Southern Illinois has given NDSU some fits. We know what happened in that spring season, 38-14. I know you guys beat them pretty bad in that playoff game, and that would have been 2021. But last year it was 21-18. They've given you some fits. So what was it like going up against Coach Petrino's defenses when you would run into him in Valley play?
Yeah, he's done a good job in terms of what he really is emphasizing one week. Throws a curve and doesn't emphasize it as much the next week, and throws in maybe a different blitz pattern, coverage principles behind blitzes. He's keeping you on your toes, and you can't go into the week anticipating what you saw the week before. in terms of you're going to be able to hang your hat on. You got to have some what-if situations in terms of, okay, what if they do this to this personnel group in this formation, different pressure patterns that maybe you've struggled with through the course of the year. He may sprinkle in, so he's done a good job. He's really analytical, really, really smart. And no, he keeps you on your toes, that's for sure. And I've been a big fan from afar of how he's done things and how he's operated going against him.
We've talked enough defense, I'm sure. You want to get to the offensive side of the ball, the side of the ball that you're coaching. So what is the emphasis this spring on the offensive side of the ball? We all know NDSU, and I know you, and you're going to want to run the ball. Is there anything new this year that, going into this spring that you're trying to, look at and trying to improve on?
Yeah, the biggest thing for spring ball, in my opinion, is to continue to cultivate depth. Where can you, ID or identify your strengths? What are your weaknesses? And I won't even really say weaknesses, but where are you unproven? So, in my opinion, I think there's a lot of youth, and trying to bring along those younger guys. Maybe it isn't even youth. Maybe it's just not as much game experience. How can you continue to put those guys in pressure situations to see them have to rise to a level of rise to the occasion at the moment of truth? Maybe it's making a catch in a big third down situation and making sure the guys that you need to see in those situations, make a big time play, make a big time block in the run game, what have you. Have done a lot of, research on my own. The staff has done a ton of research in areas that maybe identifying where we need to get better. Ball security was number one. We can't turn the football over. You give the opposing offense more opportunities to have the ball, you're not going to have the success that you need, that we need, up to our standard. And we've raised the standard. The standard has been raised. The bar has been raised. The leaders, the players are all in. They've taken a ton of ownership. I've taken complete ownership of, obviously what we've done, what we did last year. It's not the players, it's the coaches putting them in a position to be successful. So how can we continue to identify how we can efficiently and explosively move the football and put up points? Relying on our depth, putting our players in a position to be successful. There will be a few new wrinkles. How far from our philosophy are we going to evolve? To be determined, because it always comes down to a level of execution. You could go on Twitter and see a million different schemes and plays and what have you, but does it fit us? Can we execute that? I do think this is a time to, really explore in some of those different things. So throwing a few different curveballs at the guys, and they're doing an unbelievable job with the execution this far, the effort that they're putting out on the field. And that's all we can ask for. It's a time to learn, time to grow, time to continue to invest in the offense, in each other, and for us to really peel back the layers, reteach everything, how we truly want it, communicate it, going through the off season, looking at, can we teach this better? Are we truly seeing the big picture? Reteaching it, recrossing the wires to some of our guys, and just so they have complete understanding and alignment of the schemes, of what's desired, so we can go out there and cut it loose and play fast in the fall.
And offensive coordinator Tyler Roehl here with us on the Epic Companies hotline. One area that's not, I wouldn't say thin, yeah, some great players there, but maybe not as many players in the position group as we've seen in years past, is running back. Barika Panu, Tamarick Williams, TK Marshall, Owen Johnson on the roster. I know you got two guys coming in at running back as well, and Charmar Brown and Brady a little bit later. I think people are discounting when they bring this topic up that the fullbacks will run the ball a little bit too, and you do have a couple of guys there at the fullback position that will also get in there. But how do you go about during the spring keeping guys fresh and also thinking about this upcoming season, having that stable of running backs? Do you think that's a good number?
Yeah, obviously you'd like to have maybe a couple more. But quick story. So 2005 or 6, we went through spring ball with two tailbacks, and it was myself and Kyle Steffes. And then I was doing a little bit of dual role then, doing some fullback still. And I tell you what, that was hard. So these guys, I just keep telling them, you guys, you don't know how good you have it right now with having 4 guys running the football. But they're getting their reps, and like I said, we're truly identifying where they're really good and continuing to slot those in those positions. But where do they need more work? Whether it's a third down pass protection or getting them out into a different formation where they're running routes. Where do they need more work? Are they blocking on the perimeter? How can we continue to ID the touches that they need within a practice so we can continue to be successful? So happy with them. Yeah, you'd like a couple more bodies to be fresh, but much different in spring ball than fall camp. You truly got a day off between practices. There's a couple instances where we'll have a back-to-back day, but they get a day off, and I know they're fresh. They worked hard all off season with Coach Kramer and his staff from an endurance standpoint, but really like where the group's at. They're a little bit different. All of them are a little bit different, and Tamarick I feel like he made a cut yesterday in practice that was pretty sporty, and I hadn't seen that out of him. TK's running the ball really well. Barika's smooth, and he's shown I think it just a little bit even another gear, and he's such a smooth runner and can make you miss in space. And Owen's probably a little bit more of just a smaller Lipke, but has the ability to run with power. Had an awesome stiff arm yesterday. So I like where the group is going. Coach Bees has done an unbelievable job with them. So, and we'll add more depth in the fall and continue to build upon the strengths of that group.
Any receivers that could give you a lift at that position as well? I think of guys like John Gores, if he was at running back for you, he might just get lost behind the offensive line trying to run through. Like, that could be sneaky for you. Any receivers that could give you a lift in that backfield?
Yeah, you look at, different ways you can activate guys back there, even if it's just free release for a pass concept. They do block on the perimeter in our run game, so can you put someone back there and have them run? And, obviously, who are our playmakers? And, utilizing Christian a lot back there in the fall of 21, finding ways to, the easiest way to get someone the ball is just to hand it to them. So, Raja, Braylon, 2 guys that just come to mind right away. And then you have some younger kids who are continuing to push and improve, but just finding different ways to, multiple in personnel. So maybe you're in a 10 personnel grouping, but one of those receivers is in the backfield and you have another running back in there, and just you can be extremely multiple and just almost water down the card for a defensive coordinator just with how multiple your personnel groupings are. So finding ways and, pushing guys in the spring ball from, a knowledge standpoint, above the shoulders, continuing to push them out of their comfort zones so they can continue to grow and then expand their role for the offense and create value for the team. So there's some guys that are, really getting pushed out of their comfort zone to learn a lot more of the offense.
I wanted to ask you about Pro Day. We saw you out there. We were broadcasting. We saw you out there participating in some drills. So first of all, how much did you love getting to participate? Second, how many reps do you think you could get on 225?
So here's the deal. There was a few of those scouts that are like, hey, Coach, could you just come out here and run a 40? We really want to get a time on you. We want to see you bench. We want to see you move around. But I said, I can't do it anymore, guys. I feel like I'm getting a little bit older. And it's time for these guys. No, I'm just kidding. No, it was fun. It was fun. Anytime you can go out there and help with whatever. I mean, those guys have put so much time and energy and sacrifice into helping the buys in the program. Just a little bit to give back and help for one of their their biggest job interview of their football career. So was excited to have a real small part in that day for them, and really excited for them because those guys showed out and did an unbelievable job. As far as 225, I nicked up my shoulder a little bit in the fall. Haven't gotten under the bar and gotten a good bench in here for a while. I'm more of a cardio guy now, really pushing the cardio. So if I had to put a number on it, I'd say 22. But it's far from what I've been able to do from a long time ago. But that's okay. That's okay. Maybe I'll get back to that level at some day. But I'm more concerned about just the overall health. And every once in a while when you wake up in the morning, you get a little bit of back pain. So it's more of the stretching and the cardio than the bench press.
Okay, Coach. I mean, come on. You just said I haven't been under for a while. I'm all cardio. The shoulder's not feeling good, and then it's 22. That's just crazy. That's ridiculous. And I don't doubt it at all. I think you absolutely could. That's the crazy part about it. If you're fully healthy, you're challenging Nash Jensen's 33 there, huh?
Yeah. Well, what do they say? It's dad strength. I got 3 kids, so I feel like I got a little bit of a leg up with some of that.
Yeah, there you go. One more question from me as well. Again, Tyler Roehl here with us on the Epic Companies hotline. Mekhi Collins is a guy we talked about a little bit yesterday, and actually got a chance to chat with him a little bit after practice earlier this week. He looks the part. I mean, 6'4", and he's put on a little bit of weight as well, over 210 right now, but still plenty of speed too. Size and speed combo. Looks like a really, really good young player for you. What are you excited about for the future there, and how has he continued to kind of push himself into maybe getting more playing time and maybe more of those, that was a cool moment type of things during spring ball?
Yeah, pretty mature individual for being so young and understanding the why and the how of our offense and where he fits. Can be extremely multiple with him. Want to really focus on what he's doing now just as an outside receiver, but we can do a lot with him. As much as he can push himself to learn the big picture, we can continue to put him in different spots and utilize him in a bunch of different ways. Still things physically that obviously he needs to work on, from playing with better leverage out on the perimeter, playing to his size. He's a big kid, like you said. Play to your size. Use your physical tools. Use your strength. You've got an unbelievable matchup with these smaller corners. Use your size and strength. And then he does have good speed. I mean, we throw him a deep post ball yesterday, and it was probably a touchdown. So happy with his growth. He's a kid who's got a great look in his eye each and every day. He's focused. He's determined. He has the want to. He's a get-to mentality, get to practice, get to meet, a smile on his face. So excited for his future and his growth within the offense.
Offensive coordinator Tyler Roehl, nice enough to stop by with us on the Epic Companies hotline. Coach, great to have you on. Great to talk with you a little bit here. Appreciate the time, and best of luck here with the spring ball. And maybe in a couple of months we'll actually be talking golf. Who knows?
Yeah, we'll see. At least get a little bit of some sunshine. And it'll be here soon. I'm going to stay positive. It'll be here soon. But appreciate you guys having me on.
There he is, the offensive coordinator, Tyler Roehl, nice enough to stop by with us on the Epic Companies hotline. Anything you take away from what the OC had to say?
Yeah, I mean, look, it's always great when we get Tyler Roehl. I always love getting to interview him because you can just hear the passion that he has for this program. You hear him talking about, when he was, I love the story he was talking about how they only had 2 running backs. We were talking about this yesterday, they only have 4 running backs and they're double repping. He's like, that's nothing. We used to have 4 or 5 defensive ends. If you were on the twos field, you didn't even get a rotate. There was no rotating, and you had 2 DNs on the field, obviously at the same time. So, you had one field where you only had 2 guys. You just figured it out. You got some time in between, but yeah, I just love hearing his passion for NDSU athletics. It's just obvious. And I think that's, and fans can appreciate that as well.
And it's so authentic, too, because he absolutely means it 100%. And the thing I take away, 22.
Well, that, too. I thought he was going to say 12, 13. I could probably only get maybe a little over 10. He's like, no, I could still get in the 20s.
Yeah, he was definitely setting himself for a low bar, and then he says, 22.
I have been under the bench press probably more recently than him, and I still don't think I could get 22.
Oh, not a chance.
I mean, I was 27 at my peak, so 22 I would be thrilled with.
Yeah, for me.
I don't know what he got in his peak. Probably in the 30s. If
I got a couple myself, I'd be happy. So obviously, I'm not a football player.
Mike obviously can't get 0.
That's the one thing he's not overly confident on.
I'm surprised he's I could get 15 easy.
Yeah, for sure. 0 for Micah Bindi on the bench, but still at some point going to be under 5 on the 40 and can hit a 45-yard field goal, no problem. We'll take a break. We'll come back, wrap up hour number 1, and our Masters picks just about 10 minutes away on the program.
North Dakota State football plays here. Bison 1660.
Hey, business owners. You have your banker, you have your insurance guy, but do you have your door guy? Now you do. DavTech Window Services also specializes in commercial door and window repair and replacement. DavTech is proud to be known for their excellent commercial services as on the NDSU campus. Choose the door and window experts that will deliver top-rated products as well as the experienced technicians that do it right the first time. A decade of service with a century of experience. Online at DavTechWindowServices.com. That's DavTechWindowServices.com. So I can buy this Chevy truck for $4,000 less than invoice?
Yes, you can at Gateway Chevrolet in Fargo. Up to $2,000 customer cash or 0% financing for 48 months. Or up to $2,000 loyalty cash on select new Chevy trucks. Shop the savings on all new Chevrolets today at Gateway Chevrolet. Save thousands with 0% for 48 months or 0.9% for 60 months on select Silverados at Gateway Chevrolet in Fargo. Find new roads. Details gatewayfargo.com.
Here's your Red River Valley weather update on Bison 1660.
The Fargo-Moorhead area currently in a blizzard warning that stays in effect until 7 a.m. on Thursday. Wednesday's weather containing lots of blowing snow, a high of 23 degrees, wind coming from the north-northwest, 21 to 31 miles per hour, gusts as high as 40.
This weather update brought to you by Heartland Trust Company, an independent and local trust company where their priority is your financial future. Visit them online at heartlandtrust.com.
With the rising threat of cybersecurity attacks, you need to ensure your business is fully protected. Data loss, ransomware attacks, and other breaches can disrupt your business and damage your reputation. Consolidated Communications Cloud Secure Service safeguards your business from these attacks by securing your network, data, and applications. We proactively monitor your security to prevent intrusions before they compromise your IT systems while protecting your staff in the office or when working remotely. Visit consolidatedcommunications.com/cloudsecure to protect your business.
These days, we're all looking for ways to save some cash. Have you looked at your insurance? Talk to your Nodak Insurance Company agent because the more you insure with Nodak Insurance, the lower your premiums. Work with one local agent to package your home, autos, or excess liability, everything you care about. Then watch the savings add up. Ask your Nodak Insurance agent how you can save with a multi-line discount. Nodak Insurance Company, agents with answers.
Horn Plastics is celebrating 40 years of top quality products and service. And to show their appreciation, they're offering some unbeatable deals. Now until May 31st, get 40% off all install labor and 20% off select materials. Take advantage of this limited time offer and upgrade with the high performance trailer and dump truck body liner, including the popular Super Slide bed liners. Don't miss out on these amazing savings. Visit hornplastics.com today. Horn Plastics, excellence for 40 years and counting.
Whether for home defense or concealed carry, Shields knows you want a handgun you can rely on. You're invited to Shields Handgun Test Drive featuring Shadow Systems Thursday, April 6th from 4 till 8. Test drive the new lineup of handguns from Shadow Systems featuring the Shields exclusive MR920 Elite pistol. You must be 21 or older. Ear and eye protection are required. Ammo is provided at Shields Handgun Test Drive featuring Shadow Systems Thursday, April 6th from 4 till 8 at the Red River Regional Marksmanship Center.
Bison 1660.
Back in with you on the Insiders inside our Thoroldson Ethanol Broadcast Center. Thoroldson Ethanol is home to over 60 employees and is looking to grow their team, now hiring grain operators, process operators. You can apply in person or email your resume to hr@thoroldsonethanol.com. Located just west of Castleton, the nation's largest ethanol facility, 175 million gallon per year ethanol plant here. Again, just west of Castleton. Andy Rickoff, Kyle Emanuel, Micah Bindi with you. No problems with the snow. All made it through just fine. So that was good to see this morning. Nobody had issues, right, in driveways or anything, or the streets?
My driveway actually wasn't too bad. Drifted a little bit in front of the garage door, but other than that, not too bad.
Okay.
Roads were a little sketchy, but in terms of like overall snow, I don't know. What did we end up getting? Do you know?
I didn't hear any totals.
I feel like it
wasn't a foot.
It was less than what we were expecting. Overall, I was like, the storm, it wasn't great. I'm sure if you were driving an interstate, you're probably like, it was terrible.
Yep.
But as far as like in town, I sent you a snap yesterday of my driveway. I was like, oh, look at this crazy storm.
Most of it melted.
My driveway was still completely clear until, it's got a little bit colder.
Yeah. It kind of melted away and actually cleared off some maybe people's driveways, I would think, a little bit.
But yet, NDSU still closed today and
7
tomorrow.
inches last 24 hours.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not bad at all.
It's a lot.
It
but
is,
it's
but
not the
18
15
or whatever
18 we were thinking. Yeah, exactly. We do have a text message in. Our text line open for you today, 701-476-1660, from David saying, I've been a Bison fan for 38 years. It's always fun for the next year to look at the new crop of guys, combination of COVID extra year and what happens typically with NDSU, seem to favor upperclassmen, even if younger guys might be able to give you a little bit more, might be more talented. From David on the text line. That was late after the show, at the end of the show yesterday. I want to make sure we got to it today. Definitely some really good young players. I think it's interesting what COVID's done to college football.
Very interesting.
Because we hear about the transfer portal a lot, and the number of students or number of guys in it. I think it's for all sports, really. But because of the COVID year, everybody having an extra year, you weren't really planning on being at the school anyway, so why not just see if I can go play at XYZ school? I think it's contributed a lot to people being in the portal, and for the rosters in general, it's kind of backlogged things where a guy thought he was going to have a spot or a chance in year 3, and all of a sudden that's going to be year 4.
I don't envy the coaches that have to, do the roster management and try and figure what you're just talking about, trying to figure out who's coming back, who's transferring, how many transfers do we need to bring in. It's just a completely different ball game that coaches in the past didn't have to deal with. Yeah, you had some roster management, absolutely, but you kind of knew a year or two in advance, okay, here's the senior class, here's what we're losing, here's what we want in the next recruiting class, and so on and so forth. Now it's just wide open. You know, I don't know. This guy might come back, he might not. He might wait till the end of the season to decide. Someone might transfer. There's a lot that goes into it, and I think you're seeing some teams that can hold on to those older guys, kind of like David's talking about. You get some of the veterans that have been around for a long time. Now they become young men, and if they can hold on to them, you're going to see some of those. You're going to have all of a sudden this really veteran team. We saw that a little bit in the NCAA tournament in basketball.
Yeah.
Some of the teams that had a lot of success were older teams. I believe San Diego State was. Oral Roberts was. No, they didn't have success in the tournament, but they had a lot of success, obviously, in the Summit League because they were some of that older veteran team.
Older team. That'll do it for hour number 1. We'll come back. Hour number 2 kicks off. It's time, ladies and gentlemen. The Masters picks just around the corner. We've got John and Chris just outside the studio waiting to come in. So we'll take a break. We'll come back, and the Masters picks with 5 people in the game this time around. Those are next for you when we come back here on the Insiders on a Wednesday.
Shop the largest new vehicle inventory in the area, only at Corwin Auto. Corwin Auto has over 600 new vehicles available, and one of them can be yours. You heard me. Over 600 new cars, trucks, SUVs, and crossovers for you to choose from. With inventory like that, you don't have to settle. Find exactly what you are looking for. Have a trade? Get top dollar when you purchase any new in-stock or incoming unit. What are you waiting for? Head to any Corwin Auto location today, or shop online, corwinauto.com.
In 1953, Bill Samuels created a simple bourbon, while Margie Samuels worked on her creative vision. A bottle hand-dipped in red wax, wrapped in a hand-cut label, filled with handcrafted bourbon that elevated flavor and remains unchanged as of today. Aromas of woody oak, caramel, and vanilla, with a taste that is sweet and balanced with caramel, vanilla, and fruity essences. Every barrel of Maker's Mark is aged to taste, not time. Maker's Mark, the star of your home bar. Please drink responsibly.
The Fargo-Moorhead Diversion needs your help to transform our home into a safer and even more successful place to live. When you join the ASN Constructors Diversion Channel team, you will take responsibility for creating a safety net for 250,000 people right here at home. Be part of history and the highest profile project in the FM area. ASN Constructors need heavy equipment operators, foremen, form carpenters, laborers, and construction apprentices. Earn great wages, benefits, and 401k. Apply now at asnconstructors.com. Equal opportunity employer.
Exciting news! Center for Special Surgery is opening a brand new facility in June, and we're looking for talented surgical techs to join our team. Our state-of-the-art facility is focused on patient safety and comfort while providing exceptional surgical care. With our new facility, you'll have access to the latest technology and equipment to help you excel in your career. At Center for Special Surgery, you work no nights, weekends, or call shifts. If you're ready to be a part of a team that's at the forefront of surgical care, apply at specialsurge.com.
The kickoff to summer is coming. Happy Harry's Rib Fest.
Feels so good to be back.
Outdoors at the Fargo Dome. Delicious ribs, cold drinks, and live music. Wednesday, June 7th, it's Parmalee. Thursday, June 8th, it's Jimmy Allen. Friday, June 9th, rock out with Fuel. And Saturday, June 10th, party with Lit. Concerts are just $5. Happy Harry's Rib Fest, June 7th through the 10th at the Fargo Dome. Parmalee, Take My Name, Jimmy Allen, Give You My Best Shot, Fuel, and Lit. See you soon at Happy Harry's Rib Fest. Thanks to Jiffy Lube of Fargo, Cass County Electric, Preference Employment Solutions, Hot Spring Spas, Horwin Auto Group, GoGoRental.com, and Horn Plastics.
Looking for the ultimate relaxation experience? Jacuzzi Hot Tubs of Fargo will help you find your perfect hot tub. At Jacuzzi Hot Tubs of Fargo, their staff is knowledgeable, and you'll always have personalized service. You won't be able to just see their wide variety of sizes and styles. You'll be able to sink into the full experience and try them for yourself. Plus, they have so many financing options, so owning a jacuzzi is more affordable than ever before. Stop by today and experience the jacuzzi difference, or go online at jacuzzihottubsoffargo.com.
Are you a business owner with remodel plans in the near future? When it comes to your electrical needs, you only need one call, and that's to JDP Electric. JDP's team of professionals will work with you closely and are able to follow a strict timeline to get your project done when it's needed. That way, you don't have to worry about closing your doors and missing any customers or sales. Put your company in the best hands by calling JDP right away. Call 701-232-1991 today to experience the JDP difference, or online at jdpelectric.net.
It's the Cash for Cars event at Gateway Chevrolet. All makes, all models. Sell your ride today. Whether it has 50,000 miles or 150,000 miles, Gateway Chevrolet will buy it. Cars, trucks, and SUVs get cash today. Gateway Chevrolet needs good, clean, used cars, trucks, and SUVs. Sell your ride today, whether it has 50,000 miles or 150,000 miles. Gateway will buy it. The Cash for Cars buying event today at Gateway Chevrolet in Fargo.
KQWB West Fargo, KPFX HD3 Kindred, and K224FD Fargo. Bison 1660, powered by Gateway Chevrolet, Cadillac, Nissan, and Hyundai in Fargo. This is The Insiders, taking you inside the lines and behind the scenes of NDSU and around the region.
I hang heavy on your thoughts because you are the Bison gods.
That should be a penalty.
The Insiders. Do you have any other questions?
You know it.
The Insiders are presented by Proseed. Need seed? Think Proseed.
Okay, so what are you saying?
These guys do an unbelievable job, and tune into The Insiders.
I did have one. I do not apologize for taking it out of the six-pack.
First thing you should know about us is that we have people everywhere.
The Insider. The Insider. The Insider.
The prices were that shocking. I wasn't listening. I'm an old soul.
Now, here are the Insiders.
Well, we're waiting.
Hour number 2 of the Insiders, the day before the Masters gets going. Back here with you inside our Theraldson Ethanol Broadcast Center. Looking outside the window at Mount Bison 1660 over the AC units. Phenomenal stuff. Masters going on right now. The par 3 contest, at least, getting ready for stuff. We've had the practice rounds on because we're just degenerates over here and we love golf, and Kyle can't get enough of it. So, are you even coming in tomorrow? Is that going to happen?
Yeah, I think so.
You're going to be in?
I don't know if I'll be saying anything, but I'll be here.
Okay.
I'll just be watching.
Yeah, just watching on the laptop. Welcome into the Theraldson Ethanol broadcast studio right now. Chris Hansen and John Austin of Chris, John, and Corey in the Morning. Bob 95. Welcome in, guys. Great to have you.
It's that time of year.
Yeah, there you go.
No
4
matter
times
what
a
it
year.
looks like outside that window.
Yeah,
the calendar
seriously.
says it's time.
It's golf time. That's right.
We got to get one of our. You guys have done this in the past with Mount Bob on the other side
out
of the
front,
buildings.
yeah. The northern range.
Yep, we've got a. It's not quite as thick, but you got a good peek out here outside of our window. So maybe that's the Mount Bison out there. It was fine getting in this morning though. Early morning morning shows.
Yeah. No traffic, easy to get in.
There you go. Perfect. I know we've got Wii Fest coming up as well, so that's a big Wii Fest this year.
Oh, yeah.
The lineup. Morgan Wallen, there we go. Looking forward to that. That's also going to be a lot warmer temperatures when we get to that later on in August.
Is that a promise? Are we booking that? Or is that?
I will guarantee it. I will give you some good odds on good weather for August, or at least warmer weather for August.
Well, you guys know this, is that in Fargo, you're never more than 90 days away from a blizzard. 90 days from yesterday is the 4th of July.
So you're saying
So
there's a
blizzard
chance
on the 4th
So
of
it's
July.
saying that
Great,
you are
looking forward to
never,
it.
ever more than 90 days away from a major blizzard.
You're right.
One
That's
way or
true.
the other.
One way or the other. Okay, yeah, plus or minus. That makes a lot of sense.
You've hid your Easter eggs in the snow, and you've had to wear a snowsuit to trick or treat. Either way, buddy.
Good luck finding the Easter eggs this weekend, that's for sure. But one place it's a lot warmer and no blizzards going on right now is definitely Augusta with the Masters, of course. The reason Chris and John in the studio are doing the Masters picks once again. And we've got 5 contestants this time, so going to go 25 deep on the old list this year.
We better get going.
It's a little longer, yeah.
It's going to be a little bit of a longer draft process. I said this before we got going, but I'll just say it again to let all of our listeners know. If anybody wants to pick Phil Mickelson, they can, because Jeff Culhane told me Phil Mickelson is going to miss the cut, and that's typically the kiss of life. It means Phil Mickelson will probably win the entire tournament, just like Scotty Scheffler last year. But I don't think we're going to stick away from Phil Mickelson for the most part. What do you guys think about the LIV, though? Are we big on LIV overall before we get drafting here?
Go ahead, John.
It's going to be fun to watch this weekend to see how they perform. I think they've got something to prove and back up what they've been saying.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you a little bit.
I was shocked. I didn't look until about 90 seconds before I walked in of some information. There are 18 LIV golfers, and according to Paddy Power Online Sportsbook, which is across the pond, there is an 8% chance that a LIV golfer wins this weekend. So that equals about an 11-1 odds that if you just picked one of those 18 are going to win it this week.
Okay, there you go. Math. I'm not a big math guy.
I'm not
but
either.
that's math.
But,
well, if you look at the amount of PGA players that actually probably have a chance, because like we've talked about, there's amateurs and there's guys that are, past champions that are way past their prime, and you look at actual PGA players that have a chance, it's not that much more than LIV guys, because you got to assume most LIV guys, I don't know if I'd put Phil in that category, but there's most LIV guys you would think have a chance. Now, what form they're in, I guess that'll remains to be seen. But yeah, in terms of just sheer numbers, they have a lot out there.
Everybody's got a chance when you start things off here, including Tom Hoagie, who's in the Masters again here this year. Micah, can we hit the PGA picks sound bed? Let's get the music going here and get some picks underway, since we do have a lot of them to go through. You can play along with us as well on our website, bison1660.com. Our Masters giveaway with Golf Addiction. You pick the top 8 of the leaderboard and give us the prediction on the winning score. Whoever gets the most right will win a free 30-day pass to Golf Addiction, and also is in the running for a brand new golf bag at the end of the summer. Again, on our website, bison1660.com, along with Golf Addiction. We did a random drawing. This is high-tech stuff we've got here. We split up pieces of paper in 5s. So who got number 1? I did not get 1.
I got it.
John is first. So John's going first. Strange how that one happened. I'm picking second, by the way.
John picks Tiger Woods.
Yes. So, John, who do you got first? And it's, for those who don't know, 4 and a wild card. So we're picking 5
4 and
total.
a wild card.
Yeah.
All right, since we got to pick a lot, we'll go fast. I'm going to take the obvious and take Scotty.
Okay, going for the
Gotta
back-to-back.
do it. Yep.
That's not a bad pick. Scotty Scheffler there is your favorite.
that's the kiss of death.
Probably is.
Tiger in 01-02, the last back-to-back winner.
Yeah,
Like,
it's not
just
very
going
easy.
by the
Right.
odds, it is not easy to do. I don't care how hot he is.
Another thing that's really difficult to do is the career Grand Slam. I think it's getting done. I'm going Rory. Give me Rory
you're second.
McIlroy. I am second, so I will take Rory with my first-round pick to get the career Grand Slam finally checked off the old bucket list. Who's got 3? Micah?
That would be me,
There you
sir,
go.
right in the middle of the pack. Number 3, I'm taking Jordan Spieth. I'm taking Spieth.
okay.
He's either going to miss the cut badly or he's going to win this sucker, and I'm taking Jordan Spieth.
First pick ever on the PGA picks with Micah this time around. His first pick, very aggressive. I don't
Going
mind
with
it.
the Easter theme, right?
Yep. It's all about Jordan Spieth's won
Finishing
twice
up on
Easter.
Yeah,
That's right.
He missed the cut last year, and his top 46 of his last 2 before that was his better. Like, he sucks except for an Easter.
But what if weather pushes the end to Monday?
Monday.
And then it's not on Easter.
Ooh. Good point.
See?
Yep.
You're
Screwed.
Yeah, you just gotta hope for good weather
Too
there,
late.
Micah. The only way he's gonna do it. I'm guessing number 4 would be Chris Hansen.
That is me, and I've had my eye on this same player. I took him in our other fantasy golf league, and I'm not turning back now. John Rahm.
Okay.
Rombo, let's go.
Rahm still being there is a pretty good value at that point in the first round, I feel like. Kyle,
All right.
you've got a list of 500 golfers. You have
I have like
analyzed every
27.
wave from here to Sunday. So who you got?
All my number 1s are pretty much gone, except for one. I will take Jason Day.
I like
in the
Jason
first
Day.
round.
First rounder.
Jason
First
Day.
round aggressiveness.
First
I
round, I like Jason Day. And I get 2, right?
You get 2. So
Now,
you
you
get the
didn't
second
need
pick
to
coming
take
back.
Jason Day because I think he'd have still been here with this pick.
Yeah. You might be right, but I wanted him.
Kind of a reach.
You got me with your
Sorry,
next pick.
that was really mean. I'm
Hey,
sorry.
when he wins it all, I'll be laughing.
Talking trash. All right.
I love having side bets with Chris. That's how you make your money in this.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
it is.
I'll take
Just
Jason
wait.
Day, and I'll take Tony Finau.
Okay, where he beat now? Tony Finau, capitalizing on the full swing fame a little bit there for you. Means going back with Chris for pick number 2.
Here's the other thing that I really like about the lineup is that because you mentioned the weather, I think that the late early is what you're going to want. Is that the rain chance really comes in on Friday afternoon? So I think you want a late
Thursday,
early Friday, so that you can get her done with. And so one of those players that I've got my eye on that I think is the next player up there, I'm going to go with Justin Rose.
Okay.
Ooh, okay.
Not the Justin I thought you were going to go with.
No, that's
Justin
exactly
Rose.
what I thought. Yeah.
It's the other Justin out there. So Chris taking Justin Rose. You got John Rahm and Justin Rose so far. Micah, who you pairing up with Jordan Spieth?
Feels like it's been a while since this guy has won a major, but he's won a major before. I'm going to go Colin Morikawa, a solid iron player. He's going to hit the greens in regulation. He's going to make his putts this weekend.
Colin Morikawa and Jordan Spieth, so a younger group there early on here for Micah. Means it's back to me. I took Rory in the first round. I see he's still there. They're buds. Let's go Rory and JT, the other Justin Thomas, with my second pick. And John to round out round number 2.
All right, 2 picks, correct?
Correct.
All right. We're going to make them live picks, both of them.
Yeah, I
I figured you were going to be the guy to do this.
Give me Cam Smith and give me DJ.
I'm so surprised you took Cam Smith for the 57th tournament in a row on this thing. Cam Smith and
Love the
DJ. Cam Smith just said he felt like he got lazy over the offseason. Maybe let the club sit for an extra couple of weeks. No worries for you, though.
No, nope.
No. Okay, Cam Smith and Dustin Johnson going to John. For me in round number 3, it's not all about picking the winner. Picking guys you think are going to have really good scores with this. So give me Xander. Just because he might won't win it, but boy, he's going to be a top 5 guy. He just almost always is. So I'll take Xander Schauffele. Plus, he's a fun name to say. So, Micah, back to you.
A smooth swinger, a guy that's very consistent, not too high, not too low, a very safe pick. I think it is Patrick Cantlay. Add him to my roster, please.
Okay. He can lay. Patrick Cantlay. Let's go, Chris. You're.
People are going to say, who is that? But he's just a guy who is tied for second and tied for 8th at his last 2 Masters. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
This year he has 2 top 6s in his last 2 events, and he is a dude who does not have a smooth swing, but he gets it done. Sungjae Im.
Okay. Don't mind the pick.
Tied for second and tied for 8th in his last 2 Masters.
Not bad.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll
Chris
take
Hansen.
him.
They say he's just a guy, and Sungjae Im, just a guy.
Also
There you go.
swing, not fluid.
Kyle, round out
I love how
round
you guys
3
were
for you.
hating on Jason Day. By the way, like odds makers have him in the top 5. So anyway, just wanted to throw that out there.
No need to get defensive,
Stuck
Kyle.
back on that.
Easy, guys.
Easy.
Defensive. I will take a young guy who played really well at the match play. Almost won it. Cameron Young.
Cameron Young, the young guy.
Cam
You get a
Young.
second pick as well, so you're coming back here to start off round 4.
And round 4.
2 picks left for
I got
you.
2.
Be careful. Be diligent.
Let's go. This guy did some good things for me in my Players Championship pool. I like him. He's playing well. Let's go, Max
I
Homa.
figure that's where you were going. Oh, and the music changes just in time.
Oh, there we
for
go.
Chris
Yep.
Hansen's pick.
Just in time to bring it home for the final 2 rounds. Okay, fine.
We've left too many of your good players here.
Victor Hovland.
Figured at some point somebody's got to go Hovland. Has he been playing well? I haven't seen his name at the top of a lot of
Hot and
leaderboards.
cold.
Played decent
Hot
at the
and cold.
Players. Played decent. Yeah.
Okay. Victor Hovland.
Plus 3,700 in Vegas.
So we've got Rahm, Rose, Sungjae Im, and Victor Hovland for Chris Hansen.
It smells like a winner.
Or the kiss of death. Micah, you're up.
I am going to go another former Masters winner to my lineup.
VJ Singh.
He has the shovel in his shovel. He likes to poof up his lie a little bit.
Okay, what are we talking about?
Patrick Reed.
Another
the
one.
cheater.
No, you're not taking Patrick Reed.
You took Patrick Reed?
You guys are hating on me for taking
Yeah.
Jason Day.
He definitely would have been there.
The only reason why I want Patrick Reed's success is I somehow want him and Rory to be paired
Same.
together
And the last day.
in the third or fourth round.
I'd like him to have a Mito Pereira-esque just choke
Collapse.
on 18.
Oh, that would be
Collapse on 18 would be phenomenal in my opinion. So that means it's back to me now after Micah's very questionable pick there with Patrick Reed. Only a couple of live guys taken. Put me down for a live guy. I one that just won. Give me Brooks. Brooks Koepka.
Hey, I
Why
talked you into
not?
that
He's
one.
getting healthier at the right time.
Dude, he is hot.
Mm-hmm.
He won last week in Orlando after 54 holes. He beat out Sebastian Munoz and Dean Burmester.
Yes, those guys. That's
if
you're beating Burmeister
at the Orange County Muni down there in Orlando.
If you're beating Burmeister, you're doing something real good right there.
And we all saw him on that Netflix special. He's just quite the guy, isn't he?
Yeah, he's really
just.
With the live guys, I question if they can turn it on in a big competitive thing. I don't question that with Brooks. So I'm going with Brooks Koepka.
All right.
He's
He
the one
did
guy.
look bad in that Netflix doc, and I've
He
seen
did.
numerous
Great.
people talk about that he has something he wants to prove. Like, I'm not that guy.
Absolutely. I agree with you. Okay, so John, we're back. You've got two here to round out your team of Scotty, Cam Smith, and DJ.
All right. Did somebody grab Sam Burns?
Nope.
Nope. All right, I'll take him.
Gonna burn you later.
Yep. And then the very yippy, but pretty steady lately, Keegan Bradley.
Okay, Keegan Bradley. Didn't think we'd have a Keegan Bradley sighting on the first edition of the PGA Picks this year, but there you go. Keegan Bradley, the wild card for John this year. Again, you pick 5, take your top 4. My final pick. It's got to be Tom Hoagie.
Yeah.
Nice.
Top
Wonder
30
if
guy
someone's
in
gonna
the
take him.
world. I mean, this is no longer a story of, I'm taking him because he's a local guy. He's a good player.
Yes, he
He's
is.
one of the top players in the world.
Been there
Give
before.
me Tom Hoagie.
Plus 12,000 in Vegas for Hoagie.
Why not? Let's
Yep.
do it. Been there before. I like it. So Tom Hoagie to round out my list. Micah, who you got? Who's worse than Patrick Reed that you got left on your list?
Who's worse than Patrick Reed? Not a lot of people are worse than Patrick Reed. He's won the Masters before. My last pick, there's a lot of pressure on this one. My list has kind of diminished. Give me... Ooh.
Yeah, you just saw another one that you liked, and we're going to need an actual
Give
selection.
me
here.
Will Zalatoris.
Oh.
Will Zalatoris.
Got a
A guy
camp
that
putt.
plays
Perfect.
great.
Didn't even have him on my
Great
list.
in majors. Great in majors.
Yeah,
in majors.
last year maybe, not so much
Except
this
he
year.
hasn't ever won
Well, there
one.
hasn't been a major this year, but
Right.
By the way, the best pairing of the entire weekend: Fitzpatrick, Colin Morikawa, and Will Zalatoris.
Right?
I
That
mean,
is
you
phenomenal.
could argue that one of those three could win. Any one of those three could win that.
Absolutely.
They're really good.
This one's
It's one
good
of the
too.
few pairings with all three could really win.
Rahm, Justin Thomas, and Cameron Young.
Yep.
Yeah.
I also like that one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And Tom
That-
Hoagie golfing with Phil Mickelson's pretty good.
That's fun.
Phil's going to try to scrape it.
It's
Like,
got
how
to
do you-
be something.
And remember, Hoagie said no to
Yeah.
live.
He
was
sure
offered big money, and he said no, thank you.
Yep.
So I wonder if there's any,
Oh, there absolutely is.
There's
There's a
something going on
little
there.
something
Yep.
there. Chris, you've got one more pick here.
I'm going to go with one of the hottest golfers that is out there. He tied for 6th last year. He's made the cut 4 straight times, and he just won.
No, don't do it.
Corey Connors.
Oh, sniped.
Yep.
Kyle.
Totally
Totally
get that
sniped.
out.
Yes, you sniped me.
Sorry.
I had him in my top 10, and I was like, no one's going to take him. No one even knows who he is.
I know who he is. I thought about it, but I wanted Tom Hoagie instead.
me now?
I'm so happy you did that. I am so
I'm
happy
not. I
you
was
sniped
gonna
him
feel
on
really
something.
good about mine.
It was great. I don't think Corey Connors
man.
is that good looking. He said he's one of the hottest ones on tour, but sure.
Yeah.
So is it me now?
It's the last, since you got sniped on Corey Connors, I'll throw out a name for you. Tiger Woods. Just do it. Just do it.
I'm not taking
Come
Tiger.
on.
Eldrick.
Come on.
Then take Eldrick Woods.
Yes.
Oh, who do I like
Charlie.
here? I got 5 names left. I don't feel good about any of them.
And take Tiger.
LT grade? No, I'm not going to take Tiger. Let's go. Ooh. I'm going to go with a guy that I heard plays really well in bad weather. He won the U.S. Open last year. Hasn't been in great form this year, but I think he gets it done. Let's go with Matt Fitzpatrick. Is he still on the board?
He sure is.
Yep.
Okay, I will take
Fitzy.
Fitzpatrick.
Fitzpatrick in the Masters, final pick of the Masters pool this year. We finished. It only took us like 20 minutes. We're good. It's pretty good timing. We've got Chris. You've got John Rahm, Justin Rose, Sung J M, Victor Hovland, Corey Connors. Very eclectic group right there.
That's a little crazy.
All over the place. I've got Rory McIlroy, Justin Thomas, Xander Schauffele, Brooks Koepka, and Tom Hoagie. I've got names, which usually doesn't play very well in this thing. I've got the names. That was always Jeff's thing. Maybe it's just this seat is cursed. Oh, I've got a team that sounds great, but doesn't necessarily play great. Johnny got Scotty Scheffler, Cam Smith, Dustin Johnson, Sam Burns, and Keegan Bradley. Kyle, Jason Day, Tony Finau, Cameron Young, Max Homa, and Matt Fitzpatrick. And Micah got Jordan Spieth, Colin Morikawa, Patrick Cantlay, Patrick Reed, and Will Zalatoris. Everybody good?
Yeah.
All good. $20. There we go.
All good.
A punishment for if your guy misses the cut has been a hot topic of contention between Kyle and myself.
Okay.
Right now it's just you have 10 strokes added on to where your guy, if he misses the cut at 5 over, you add 10 to that, it's 15 over, that's his score. If you have to use that one as one of your 4, does that work, or do we want to go a different way? Kyle, your proposal is what?
My proposal was you add 10 to the worst score of someone who made the cut. So let's say Tiger Woods. Let's say he makes the cut and then he shoots horrible on the weekend. He finishes 9 over. So if you have a guy that missed the cut, his score would then be 19 over. Is my proposal.
God, that sounds like a lot of math.
Yeah, it does.
It sounds like math.
Sounds like a lot
That's
of it.
not math. That's easy math.
Carry the 4.
Or we could do +5 from the worst score. It's just I feel like you should get punished for a guy miss. What I'm concerned about is you get a guy that misses the cut and he gets a better score than someone who made the cut, which is possible if they play bad on the weekend.
That's true. Yeah.
Yep.
Like Tiger made the cut and then went out and shot in the
78,
70s. Yeah,
78.
right.
Yeah. So I think you should get punished if your guy misses the cut.
I think we should cut off a finger.
Yes.
Okay, there you go.
Huh?
Yeah. All in favor?
Right, yep.
All in favor?
That's
say
easy.
aye.
No math.
All in favor of losing a finger.
No math.
No math here.
We'll go with your way, Kyle. We'll switch it up for this one.
All right.
This season. This is the first one of the year, so we can switch it up for this one. Same for all the other majors. +10 for the person who made the cut, or was in last place, basically.
Now, knowing that, would you have still taken Jason Day with the first pick?
Yes.
Okay. Just checking.
Even though you could have gotten with your second pick?
Well, he was first or second. I had 2 picks. So
I know, that's a point.
So he was my second pick.
Thanks for coming in, guys. Appreciate you stopping in every single
You
year.
never want us to come back.
Never. No, it's just me, Mike, and Andy.
I'm getting that
vibe.
Yeah.
Plus, Chris sniped you on Corey Connors.
I know, that's terrible. I really like Corey Connors.
I can't wait till Jason Day wins.
It's going to be great.
Or misses the cut.
We'll take a break. We'll come back. Plenty left to get to here in hour number 2 next.
Hear the herd here. Bison's 1660.
We take great pride in really doing all the research and the work behind the scenes to make sure that our products just work.
We have our own staff member that helps pick the hybrids and the varieties that work in our area. It's meant for you, not for somebody 200 miles away.
We test our seed locally. We produce our seed locally, so we get to see our production fields, where they need to be, and if they work there.
Need seed? Think ProSeed. ProSeed.net. Great seed at a reasonable price.
Bison fans, join us for the 2nd annual Bison Pride Night Legacy and Legends, presented by No DAC Insurance Company. It's Friday, April 21st at the Shields Center inside the Shack. It's a night of fun, all benefiting NDSU athletics and student athletes. The evening kicks off with a cocktail social and silent auction, along with a delicious dinner and live auction. But the real fun is when Fun Piano's Dueling Piano Show takes the stage to get you up and dancing. Get your tickets now at gobison.com/Bison Pride Night.
Attention all North Dakota veterans. In a partnership with the Veteran Service Office, Healing Hyperbarics is proud to announce all North Dakota veterans can receive hyperbaric treatments at no cost to them. Whether you're treating for post-traumatic stress disorder, post-COVID long hauler, or chronic pain, or others, Healing Hyperbarics is your one-stop shop for total body wellness. Inquire with your Veteran Service Office for more information on this grant, or find us at healinghyperbarics.com. That's healinghyperbarics.com.
If there's one thing I know about farmers, it's that they are resilient. This is Scott Zolandic with Cornerstone Bank. Farmers are known to rise to ever-changing challenges, whether it be higher land prices and rent costs, risk management, or diversification. Cornerstone Bank offers an experienced team that you can turn to. If you're looking to save, borrow, or spend, Cornerstone Bank will find the best financial options for business, ag operations, and your personal needs. Come see us at Cornerstone Bank.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Shop the largest new vehicle inventory in the area, only at Corwin Auto. Corwin Auto has over 600 new vehicles available, and one of them can be yours. You heard me. Over 600 new cars, trucks, SUVs, and crossovers for you to choose from. With inventory like that, you don't have to settle. Find exactly what you are looking for. Have a trade? Get top dollar when you purchase any new in-stock or incoming unit. What are you waiting for? Head to any Corwin Auto location today or shop online, corwinauto.com.
Want a job you love? Join a winning team. Twin Peaks Fargo is hiring all heart-of-house support positions, cooks, bussers, barbacks, and more. Twin Peaks offers many great incentives, like free shift meals, flexible schedules, and pay starting at $20 an hour. Apply today. Just text PEAKS to 85,000 to get started. Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views.
Here's your Red River Valley weather update on Bison 1660.
The Fargo-Moorhead area currently in a blizzard warning that stays in effect until 7 a.m. on Thursday. Wednesday's weather containing lots of blowing snow, a high of 23 degrees, wind coming from the north-northwest, 21 to 31 miles per hour, gusts as high as 40.
This weather update brought to you by Heartland Trust Company, an independent and local trust company where their priority is your financial future. Visit them online at heartlandtrust.com.
Pick your payment, pick your price at the Gateway Clearance Center. Over 300 pre-owned vehicles in stock, with vehicles for every budget starting at just $1,499 or payments as low as $99 per month. All vehicles are inspected by Gateway certified mechanics. Shop the bigger, better selection of clean used vehicles today. Pick your payment, pick your price only at Gateway Clearance Center, 2302 South University Drive in Fargo, or online at fmclearancecenter.com.
Bison 1660.
Look, if you had one shot.
Kyle, would you like to repeat what you just said to us in the break about your team?
I don't feel good about it. I didn't feel good about my bracket either. I want to beat both of you.
That's
so
a good point.
There is that. I'm relying heavily on Jason. Well, now I'm looking at it. I was like, maybe I should have taken Cantlay and Justin Thomas first round. Instead, I went Tony Finau and Jason Day. Yeah, we'll see. That's the fun about sports is you can take the odds-on favorite. You could take Scotty Scheffler, and obviously, I think everyone here would have taken him first.
I wouldn't have.
You wouldn't have.
Just because of the back-to-back thing, it's so difficult.
But you don't need him to win.
I know,
You just
correct.
need him to, whatever. Top
That is
10,
true.
top 5. You don't need him to win.
I probably would have taken Rory first.
Okay, so
But I
you
took second,
so you would take Rory or Scotty, but you can take them. You just don't know. It's golf. Sometimes you just go out there and things aren't clicking. So who knows?
Yeah, I think you have a decent team. Yeah, I mean, we gave you a hard time for Jason Day, but
everyone
he's
would have
good.
taken him.
I would take him in the second round. if
Exactly.
was there,
He would have
for
been gone. He's playing really, really well.
Yeah. So
and he's played well historically at the Masters.
Tony Finau is sometimes a little bit up and down, but if he's on, he's one of the better golfers in the
A
world.
little bit of a risky team, but I think
Fitzpatrick as a wild card's a really good get.
high risk, high reward. I think.
I knew you were going to take Homa. You're a big Homa.
I like
fan.
Homa. He's been
Yep.
good to me. Like you said, he was good to me in the Players.
And Cam Young's
We'll
kind of
see.
been one of the guys you've been
Cam
high
Young,
on as well.
I have him as well. He played really well in the Dell match play. So
I've just
we'll
got the
see.
names. That's all I've got is names, and that's what Jeff always says. That's why Jeff almost never won when we did this because he always
Took
just
all
had the
the-
names.
Yep.
Yep, and I've got probably the best name team with Justin Thomas, Rory, Xander, Brooks, and Tom Hoagie is a name around here, but I think he's
You do have
I think
a good
he's
team.
legitimately good.
You have a solid team. I
Thank
like
you.
your team.
Thank you very much.
But
Appreciate it.
again, that's why they play the game.
Yep, got to wait and see. And we're going to overreact on Thursday and be like, oh, like a great team, and then all of a sudden they fall apart on Friday or Saturday, and you just never know. Micah, how do you feel your first draft went as GM of a golf PGA picks team?
I feel like I went some risk there because Jordan Spieth is a bit of a risky pick just because he has his highs and he has his
Missed the
lows
cut here, yeah.
and you just don't know what you're going to get out of Jordan Spieth, but you just bet on him because he's won Augusta before. I like having guys that have proven success at Augusta. So Patrick Reed, Jordan Spieth, they have proven success there. Morikawa has done okay at Augusta.
Fifth last year, so yeah, that's a good pick.
Guys that have experience, because first-year guys at Augusta usually don't pan out very well to how they play.
Yeah, true.
So what is my team again? Patrick Reed, Patrick Cantlay.
Makes sense.
I like Patrick Cantlay.
That's a good
He's a
pick.
very consistent player,
Yep.
no matter what course he's at.
He's like Xander. for me, Xander's just like, he's not going to win, but he's consistent. He's a good golfer. Patrick Cantley's kind of like, he's going to be up there probably. I don't know if he's going to win the thing, but you don't need him to win the thing, especially when you're in the third round. Your first pick is the guy you want to take, like, I think he's going to win. Or I think he's got a very good chance to win. Once you get to the fourth, fifth round, it's like, just try and get some guys that you think can finish in that top 15, top 10. That's going to help your team out quite a bit. Will Zalatoris at the end. How do we feel about Will Zalatoris?
I don't know.
Not putting well.
He's another. Yeah, you feel like you have to have a really good short game, but was it his first Masters where he got like second, solo second? So I don't hate the pick. His form hasn't been quite there. That's why he wasn't on my list. He had a little bit of a back injury towards the end of last year. Hasn't really been quite the same since. That's why I didn't go with him. But who knows? Maybe he'll find his form here this week.
My risky pick is absolutely Brooks Koepka. Yeah, I mean, he could be great. He's a great competitor. I don't think you're going to have any issues with him being able to turn it on. But, yeah, and it's a live event, and there's 3 rounds instead of 4, I think, all that stuff. It's going to be a very interesting topic to follow. At the end of the day, just throughout these next 4 days, especially on Sunday or Monday, depending on the weather situation, is these live players who they've played 3 rounds. When it gets to that 4th round, how's the body holding? How is the I guess not stamina, because again, golf is more mental than anything, but that mentally taxing on your mind throughout 4 rounds is going to be something to see how they hold up.
If you wouldn't have taken Brooks, I would have. I had him on my list.
Okay.
Yeah, just because he's finally into form. Think back it's not that long ago, 3-4 years ago, he was dominating majors. It seemed like every single major he was either winning or he was in the top 5. He lost his form a little bit. He had a bunch of injuries. He said he feels healthy finally, and he won a live event last week. I don't hate the pick at all.
Yeah, there you go. Mike, any last words on your team?
I feel like, not on my team, but one thing that, an adjustment, I like your idea for like the scoring, but if we're calling it a wild card, I feel like you add something to it where if whatever their score is, you double it. Whether it's +4 and you double that to +8, or if it's -4, you double it to -8. For the wild card, your last pick of the draft gets double score, whether it's good or bad.
It's an interesting take. I don't mind it completely, because really it's not really even a wild card. You're just picking 5 and taking your top 4. The problem there is you just introduced a whole lot of math.
No, you just doubled it. Like
if he's at
math.
If he's at -2 for the whole tournament, he goes to -4.
You only take since you only take 4 of your 5, let's say all 5 make the cut, your wild card is your worst score at like -2, but if you doubled it, it's not your worst score. Do you still take it?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you double it and it's not your worst score, you take it, but if you double it and it doesn't affect your
work
score,
it out. Work it out for the next
I feel like that makes it a true wild card.
It is more wild that way. Gives you a better chance to come back late, but this is how we're doing it for this one. We'll see if we do anything different going in the future. We'll have these picks up for you on social media in a little bit as well. But you can play along, pick your own team of 8 in our Masters Golf giveaway, and you can win a free 30-day pass to Golf Addiction, unlimited golf. You can go there and watch the Masters and play on a course as well on the simulators there. Great food and beverages there at Golf Addiction in Fargo. You can win a free 30-day pass if you win our Masters Golf giveaway. Just go to bison1660.com and you can enter right there on the website. Just look for the PGA Picks graphic. Click on that and then fill out your team. Also need to give us the score prediction for the winner at Augusta. By the way, Corey Connor is even at the par 3 contest. That one's going to haunt you.
The guy who's leading, I also had on my list, Adam Svensson. I know no one knows who this guy is. He's actually been playing pretty well, but if he somehow ends up winning the par 3 contest, no one who wins the par 3 contest wins the Masters. Again, not that I need him to win, but he was another guy. I was like, that last pick got a little. I was back and forth between a lot of guys. Went with Fitzpatrick. We'll see how that one works out.
There you go. By the way, I know it doesn't look like baseball or softball season outside, but our baseball and softball coverage is supposed to start this month on Bison 1660. NDSU softball is supposed to have their home openers this week against USD. Those ones have been moved to Sioux Falls. Hopefully going to have some games for baseball and softball right here on Bison 1660 for you. You can find a complete list of the games we got for you on our website, bison1660.com. Get caught back up on some breaks. We'll take one more break here. We'll come back, and we'll continue up hour number 2 of the Insiders on the other side.
You're listening to the Insiders on your home for NDSU sports. Bison 1660.
Attention all jewelry lovers. Have you been searching for that one-of-a-kind piece that truly reflects your personal style? Look no further than Schmidt's Gems and Fine Jewelry. We specialize in custom jewelry design to bring your vision to life. And if you're in the market for something new, our showcases are filled with gorgeous, unique pieces that you won't find anywhere else. Schmidt's Gems and Fine Jewelry, where your style meets our expertise. Online at schmidtsjewelry.com.
Hi, I'm Grant Nelson, NDSU Bison basketball player. Whether it's playing basketball or driving in my car, I want to do everything to the best of my ability, on the court and off the court. So when I'm in the car, I up my game with the Drive for Less program from Nodak Insurance. I could save up to 30% on my premium just for driving safely. To me, that's a slam dunk. Download the Nodak Insurance app today.
Hey, Bison Nation, Andy Reckoff here, and I just wanted to take a moment to say we absolutely love our Theraldson Ethanol Broadcast Center. Love being there every day to bring you the very latest with NDSU athletics, but we're not the only ones that like to be in the studio.
Michael Tutsi with us here live in studio. Scott Anderson joining us, Director of Multimedia, NDSU.
The athletic director's inside the studio. Matt Larson's joining us. I told you we weren't the only ones. Fuel your future and join the growing team at Theraldson Ethanol today by going online to theraldsonethanol.com.
Living at the Bridges has been a great experience for me, and I'm inviting you to come check it out too. Hey, it's Paige Vargas, pitcher for the Bison softball team. The Bridges has all-inclusive pricing. That means internet, cable, electric, water, everything is included in your one monthly payment. The units are fully furnished. It has a fitness center, outdoor courtyard with fireplaces and grills, an automated convenience store. And it's right across from the shack, so I can walk there every day. Tour today to find out more. Online at bridgesnd.com.
Snow, ice, and below zero temps. Typical Midwest weather, but not so kind to your vehicle. That's why Jiffy Lube of Fargo is here to make sure you have your vehicle in top working condition and ready for these winter roads and temps. Oil changes are the #1 maintenance item that's neglected. At Jiffy Lube of Fargo, no appointment needed at any of the 3 locally owned locations. Jiffy Lube of Fargo, where you can do more in a jiffy. Jiffy Lube of Fargo, proudly serving the metro area for 5 decades.
Farmers Mutual of Nebraska is local insurance built on teamwork and strength, with a service team dedicated to helping policyholders protect what matters most and the strength of over 130 years of industry knowledge. Experience the Farmers Mutual difference for your auto, farm, and home. Visit fmne.com to contact a local agent for a free, no-obligation quote. Farmers Mutual of Nebraska, always alongside you.
Whether for home defense or concealed carry, Shields knows you want a handgun you can rely on. You're invited to Shields Handgun Test Drive, featuring Shadow Systems, Thursday, April 6th, from 4 till 8. Test drive the new lineup of handguns from Shadow Systems, featuring the Shields exclusive MR920 Elite pistol. You must be 21 or older. Ear and eye protection are required. Ammo is provided at Shields Handgun Test Drive, featuring Shadow Systems, Thursday, April 6th, from 4 till 8, at the Red River Regional Marksmanship Center.
Got the largest new vehicle inventory in the area, only at Corwin Auto. Corwin Auto has over 600 new vehicles available, and one of them can be yours. You heard me. Over 600 new cars, trucks, SUVs, and crossovers for you to choose from. With inventory like that, you don't have to settle. Find exactly what you are looking for. Have a trade? Get top dollar when you purchase any new in-stock or incoming unit. What are you waiting for? Head to any Corwin Auto location today or shop online, corwinauto.com.
Missed portions of today's show? Go to Bison1660.com to listen to the podcast or find us on Facebook and Twitter at Bison1660.
Tony Finau and his entire family walking down the par 3 right now. One thing you learned from Full Swing, kind of knew it beforehand, I guess, is a big family, a lot of kids there. The Finau household.
Just getting ready to celebrate that victory.
Yes,
Later on this week.
I hope he doesn't turn his ankle like he did a couple years back.
Are you pretty disappointed I didn't take Tiger?
No.
You thought I was going to?
No, I didn't think you were going to, because you were pretty adamant you weren't. I was just going to try and talk you into it. I seriously do think he'll make the cut. I really do.
I do too.
Is he gonna how good of contention will he be in? If it comes down to him or Matthew Fitzpatrick, who has got a better chance to win? I'd probably go Matthew Fitzpatrick. But again, nothing surprises me with Tiger Woods.
No, I agree. But I don't think if he would be a guy that would be a scorer on my team, I would be shocked. If he was a top 4 out of 5 that I had, I just don't see it happening.
There's usually somebody that misses the cut on your team. You're like, man, I just didn't see that happening. Or someone that's been picked. Like, maybe not on your team, but let's say that for John, like Scotty Scheffler actually does miss the cut. Or that, for me, Justin Thomas misses the cut. Like, I didn't think Justin Thomas would miss the cut. Maybe not win it, but, there's usually that surprising guy.
Just takes two slightly off days.
Yeah,
you're out.
Even a couple slightly off couple of holes that you play on Thursday and Friday.
Couple bad swings.
And one thing that Chris mentioned that's very important, I think, to keep your mind on when you're maybe picking your other pools or you're picking your team for our Masters Golf giveaway on our website, is what Chris said of maybe get a guy that tees off late Thursday and early Friday, maybe misses a lot of the rain on Friday or gets out of it before the worst of it, and the higher winds as well that they're going to have on Friday. So someone that might tee off and miss that stuff could be a great pick for somebody in one of your pools.
Yeah, he took Justin Rose. I thought that was a little bit of a reach. A little bit.
Agree.
I didn't have him. He has won a tournament this year. Wouldn't shock me if he played well, but I wasn't banking on it. But yeah, he might be onto something there with the would you say late on Thursday, early on Friday.
Yep.
But if you get to play after the rain, softer conditions, you can really just attack pins if available and the pins aren't in super dangerous positions. You just keep attacking pins and it just sticks.
But the problem is on Friday you're not going to be playing after the rain.
You're going to be playing during.
You're playing right in it.
Depending on if they cancel it.
Well, yeah, I mean that's true.
If they cancel it and then you're playing later and then it's like, well, we're making up Friday on Saturday and they might not play a bunch on Saturday either, but wetter conditions, you might be able to get a higher score just because you're attacking pins more often.
Yeah, might be finishing up on Monday as well. We'll see how this thing goes over the weekend. Starts tomorrow. And, of course, we'll be watching it here in studio, giving you some updates tomorrow on the program, by the way. Going to have some more fun with this. Corey Herlichson, Oxbow CC, Oxbow Country Club, will stop by, give us his thoughts on the tournament as well. Get his take on the Liv versus PJ. Kind of, it's obviously still a thing going on, but how do you think they get along? How do you think those two just organizations in general are getting along at this point, and what do you think the outcomes could be? Ask him some of that stuff tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Our good friend Beth Roehl is, quite a life for Beth Roehl. She's been covering Final Fours, and now she gets to cover the Masters. She'll be live at Augusta all week, and trying to have her on tomorrow as well, and a whole bunch of things later on this week. Matt Entz will join us again on Friday. So there's some lineup for the rest of the week, and even some guys to recap the Masters for you on Monday that are down there at Augusta right now. But I want to shift focus, if we can, to Major League Baseball for a little bit. Kyle, it happened.
What happened?
The Twins lost a game.
They did?
They lost a game. They lost 1-0 yesterday because they ran into the reigning NL Cy Young Award winner in Sandy Alcantara, who threw a complete game. I think it was 4-hit shutout against the Twins. They only lost 1-0. Their pitching was still dominant. Kenta Maeda was great. He did leave with a little bit of an injury scare, but it sounds like he's all good. It was just more precautionary. He'll be able to make his next start. But the Twins lost 1-0. They're now 4-1, and no undefeated season. I know you're very bummed.
Cleveland also lost.
So that means the magic number is now 156. Then.
So they still maintain a half-game lead there in the AL Central. Detroit won. They are now tied with the White Sox in the way too early standings of the AL Central.
And there'll be power rankings.
Yes.
Not even a week into the season. But the reason I bring it up is because Micah Bindi had to go put a parlay bet on the Twins yesterday.
You did call this.
I said it. You're going to lose because you did this. Micah, you have now cursed the Minnesota Twins. Thanks a lot. And hopefully you never bet on them ever again.
Should I bet against them then?
Yes.
Because whoever I bet on or whoever I think is going to win, it seems like just the opposite just happens. Michigan State happened. Kansas State happened. San Diego State happened.
I would just stay away from
the Twins. Happened.
Just stay away from the Twins and whoever they're playing. Go pick some other game.
It happened with the Timberwolves too. I bet on the Nets, so I helped the Timberwolves. I bet on the Nets. The Timberwolves beat the Nets.
There you go.
There is something weird about that right now.
You're on a bad streak right now. No doubt about that one. And that's your fault for betting anything on a Timberwolves game. That's the most wild card of wild cards, what they're going to do on any given night. But Major League Baseball, I will say this. Twins game yesterday. Saw this on Twitter from, I believe, Betsy Hellfand, who covers them. Hour 57.
Wow.
Because of all the strikeouts and only one run scored.
Nothing, yeah.
Hour 57. Sub 2 hour baseball
Is that the
game.
first one? Do you know?
I would believe so. I don't know for
Gotta be
sure.
close. Yeah,
Got to be
there
one of the
hasn't
first ones ever.
Well, I know it's down. I think you said yesterday, like opening day was down 20 minutes. Now it's up to like 30, I think, overall on average, which, again, I think it's a good thing. You're seeing more stolen bases. You're seeing more movement. You're seeing more entertainment. You're seeing more action. I think ultimately, I hope this is a good thing. Now, I heard some people talking about this. I'd be curious your thoughts, Andy, about the 2 pickoff rule. You only get 2 pickoffs before you can throw a pitch. How does that work after you throw the second one? Can now the guy just take a massive lead?
You get 2 pickoffs per at bat. So when someone's at the plate, you can throw over twice, or 2 disengagements. You can step off the mound. You can look, whatever it is. It's a disengagement. You get 2 of those per at bat or plate appearance. If you're the pitcher with a runner on base, where you can throw over and try and keep him close. I like that, because the worst thing is when a big moment, then you see like 3 pitch over, 4, or he throws over 3 times, and he looks and he steps off once, and it's like, it's been 4 minutes. Can we get a pitch already?
Right.
Crying out loud. I'm okay with that rule, but how it works, it's interesting, because I think there's going to be some strategy and some gamesmanship as the season goes on this. You can only do 2 disengagements. Once you've done the third one, it's a balk, and he gets to go take the next base, unless if you throw over, even if it's your third time, if you throw over and pick him off, he is still out. It would still be an out.
So you can't just take that massive lead. You can't take
a massive lead, because if they throw over and do get you, you're out. So that's how that one would work.
It's a little risk, a little risk reward there. You got to get him out, or he's going to second.
So will there be pitchers who do 2 disengagements early on, thinking now the guy's going to take a bigger lead, he's more comfortable, he's not maybe watching me or is worried about me throwing over, and then that's when I get him? It's risky, because if you don't, he gets the next base.
Right.
But that might be a strategy for later on this season.
Or they can do a simple pitch out and catch him if he takes that big secondary lead, especially, because he has that original lead. Then he takes a huge secondary lead afterwards. Then he's even farther off the base. You either have him in a pickoff because he's in the middle in a pickle in the middle of first or second and third, and you just get him out regardless.
Or the guy thinks he can steal, and that's when you do the pitch out, and then you can throw down and get him caught stealing. So there's definitely some
strategy. I like that.
Absolutely, 100%. So the Twins finally did lose. They're back on the mound again today, back at the park down there in Miami against the Marlins. Pablo Lopez pitching his second game for the Twins, trying to win their second series to start the year, both of them on the road. They were supposed to have the home opener on Thursday against Houston. That one got postponed to Friday because of bad weather in the cities, and it's supposed to be like 20 degrees warmer on Friday compared to Thursday. So there's the latest on the Minnesota Twins. We talked about this yesterday, more on the NFL draft and team needs. The Vikings have been very hot on quarterback lately. A lot of people in the mock draft community mocking Hendon Hooker or a quarterback in general to the Vikings in round 1. ESPN came out with an interesting article about all the team needs. This was Mel Kiper, Todd McShay, Jordan Reed, who's been on this program before and now works for ESPN in their NFL draft kind of side of the business. They did an article about every team's needs in the NFL, every single one, and what needs are the biggest for each team. This is what they had for the Minnesota Vikings: cornerback, wide receiver, defensive tackle, quarterback, and defensive end. That was the order right there. Micah, do you agree with corner, receiver, D tackle, quarterback, D end?
I don't agree with receiver being as high on the list, because I'm a big believer in KJ Osborne, Justin Jefferson, KJ Osborne, and the Vikings still have TJ Hawkinson available. So I don't think it's as much of a pressing need as anywhere on the defense. Safety, corner, D tackle, defensive end, even linebacker I would put higher than wide receiver for the Minnesota Vikings. And then I'd probably put offensive line before wide receiver, offensive guard or center.
You said they don't have linebacker in there. With the departure of Eric Kendricks, I figured that might be some. Do they have a plan in place to replace him? He's been there for, he was the same draft class as me, so 8 or 9 years he's been there. No longer have that captain in the middle of the field.
Now he plays for the Chargers.
He does,
ironically enough,
back home from UCLA. But I would think that's an area of need, or maybe they just. Well, no, that wouldn't.
Brian Asamoah, who's a young guy, but they still have
Jordan Hicks is still there. He's older.
He's older, though. This is what they had to say. The reigning NFC North champions have a legitimate shot at repeating, but must address their defense. Finding a starting cornerback remains a post-free agency priority and should be a round one target if Deontay Banks of Maryland or Emmanuel Forbes of Mississippi State are available at number 23 overall. The Vikings added Byron Murphy, but lost Patrick Peterson at corner. At receiver, it's more about depth than high-end impact, so that could be addressed on day 2. The same goes for defensive tackle, and given that Kirk Cousins' contract expires after the 2023 season and there's no long-term solution at quarterback on the roster, drafting a passer in the first 3 rounds seems likely. From Matt Miller, who's also been on this program before, who help write this piece and does all the NFL draft coverage there on ESPN. I would tend to agree with you guys. I think corner's the number 1 need. Receiver, I'd probably put more like your 4th or 5th need, because also they brought in Josh Oliver, who's going to be more of your traditional tight end. I think there's going to be a ton of T.J. Hawkinson split out wide, off of the line as more of an actual receiver. And K.J. Osborne is good. I do think they need an actual, better deep threat, another receiver there to go along with them. But I think you can find that later on in the draft. And I like what you said, Micah. For me, offensive line needs to be on here. And I think it needs to be on there a lot more for most teams. It's never the sexy pick. No franchise, no fan base ever stands up and screams and yells when you go to the podium and you draft an offensive tackle or an offensive guard.
The Bengals might have.
The Bengals might have.
A year ago?
And they should be for Cordell, right? But look at the teams that were in the Super Bowl. Those are the top 2 offensive lines in the game. I mean, the Eagles' offensive line is probably the best in football, and the Chiefs are probably the best in the AFC. And they let Tyreek Hill go, and they spent money and prioritized bringing in a bunch of offensive linemen. I think that's it's an underrated part of every team. The lines in general, offensive and defensive line, but the Vikings' offensive line just isn't good enough yet. They brought back Garrett Bradbury. I know they're going to probably give another chance to their first or their second round pick from last year as well, and Ed Ingram. They don't want to give up on him yet, but he wasn't very good. You have great tackles, but the interior of that line just isn't good enough. Even Ezra Cleveland, you can upgrade. So I'd have offensive line for sure on there. It's not even on there right now, but I definitely probably have it as maybe even the 3rd biggest need for the team.
Sometimes we overthink football, right? The basics of it still hold true, and that's why I agree with you. And that's why I always point to the offensive defensive line. Look, I know I played it. I'm a little biased, but if you're not good there, if you can't block, what can you do on offense? You could have the best quarterback in the world. Look at Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They won that game because they couldn't block up front. It didn't matter. You had Tyreek Hill, you had Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce. It doesn't matter if you can't block up front. If you can't block and you can't tackle, hard to win games. So, I mean, yeah, I think offensive line, defensive line, if you feel good about it, it makes sense. You can move on, go to some other needs. But if you don't have those 2 in place, yeah, that's probably maybe something you want to look at.
And after losing Delvin Tomlinson in free agency, they have a massive hole in terms of a interior pass rusher and disruptor on the defensive line. Other thing that both lines do, they cover up your other weaknesses. And I know a lot of positions do that, right? But if you don't have great receivers other than Justin Jefferson, you're like, I don't know about the depth. What makes a receiver good? If he's got 6-7 seconds to get open because the offensive line doesn't let anybody through. What makes iffy corners better? A pass rush that gets there in 3 or 4 seconds or less, gets there in a couple of seconds. Well, my cornerbacks look a whole lot better where they're not covering a bunch. So I think being better in the lines is big. And quarterback, again, it's in there. Quarterback is in there for the Vikings. We'll see if it's round 1. I'd be surprised still, even though a lot of people are mocking a quarterback to them. I'd be surprised, but at some point, I do think they're taking a quarterback in this draft.
I told you yesterday I wouldn't be upset. Now, do they think they have to take Hendon Hooker at 23? No, I don't think they have to. But if they did it, I wouldn't be upset. And they're like, okay, we're building towards the future. We're going to let Hendon Hooker learn, let him sit, let him get healthy. That's another big key because he's coming off of a bad knee injury in college. I wouldn't be upset, but the Vikings can take a lot of options at 23, and I'm not going to be upset. As long as it's a need for the team. If they chose receiver at 23, I'd be a little irked because I'm like, that doesn't feel like a spot for 23 at receiver.
When your defense has so many holes.
Yeah. My prediction is that someone's going to trade up. All 5 quarterbacks are going to be off the board. Well, maybe Will Levis is there. Maybe. I think someone's going to trade up in front of the Vikings thinking they might take a quarterback, and I think possibly all 5 are off the board before the Vikings even get a pick.
I think that'd be a good thing. And then you're basically forced
Maybe
to trade back,
maybe
and
take
you're
the best
okay.
available or something like that.
And take a spot that maybe helps you. Other than taking a quarterback, because you're basically kind of punting on this year a little bit and saying like that's the future pick. We're looking to the future, which isn't a bad thing, but you're definitely looking to the future and not necessarily this year. So interesting. We're gonna see what happens. Gonna have a NFL Draft Day show as well. We'll have that one coming up later on this month. Maybe see Cody Mauch, still first round. I don't think it's completely dead yet. See if he can get picked there at the end of round number 1, where the Vikings go, and a whole bunch more later on this month on our NFL Draft Day show. Again, tomorrow on the program, Corey Herlichs and Oxbow Country Club will play some buy or sell, and obviously plenty of updates from Augusta with the Masters and our Masters picks. Big thanks today to Johnny Miller, Tyler Roehl, and of course Chris Hansen and John Austin. Back with you again tomorrow, 11 to 1. Up next, it is Colin Cowherd with The Herd and Fox Sports Radio.
Living at the Burgess has been a great experience for me, and I'm inviting you to come check it out too. Hey, it's Paige Vargas, pitcher for the Bison softball team. The Burgess has all-inclusive